Hello everybody and welcome to Sheboygan A's Baseball at Wildwood Park. My name is Mike Martin and along with Jordan Lorenz, we will be bringing you tonight's NEW game versus the Appleton Legends coached by Rick Riddle. Appleton comes in 15-13 and 5-7 in league play. Sheboygan, the NEW champs this year, are managed by Tim Moyer. They are 32-17 after last night's 9-1 win over Green Bay and are 11-3 in the NEW. Our starting pitchers tonight, Davis Wilson, there you see him warming up for Sheboygan, and Alex Breckheimer for Appleton. Let's go through the Appleton batting order. Evan Olson will lead off and is catching. Batting second is the DH, Tony Krieger. Batting third is the third baseman, Adam Kutwe. Batting fourth and playing left field, Peyton Just. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Bubba Thompson. Batting sixth and playing center field, Chris Vandenhoevel. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Cole Wilcox. Batting eighth, Chris Hetner, the first baseman. And batting ninth, Ryan Mesa, the Legends' second baseman. Defensively for Sheboygan, they have Jurgensen at first, Pettit at second, Stelt at third, and Palmquist at short. Around the outfield, Ross Christ is in left, Gus Walker is in center, and Jacoby Andreas is in right. Caleb Lorbecki is our catcher, and Wilson is our catcher. And except for the catcher, Jordan, I believe this is the exact same lineup we started with last night.
Probably. Jonathan Kim not in the lineup once again, so that's a little bit interesting. Riley Palmquist still in the 9-hole. I don't think Gussie was the DH the last night because Blake Coons was. So that's the big difference that stands out.
Yeah, that was maybe a good change.
I agree.
We heard that Jonathan Kim is not feeling well, and that's the reason he was gone last night, and we're going to assume that that's the reason why he's not here tonight.
Save him for the big 4 games this weekend in the State League.
Yeah, Davis Wilson delivers that first pitch. It's a ball.
Good crowd here tonight, all things considered with the rain. We weren't too sure how things are going to end up.
Yeah, we were wondering what last night's crowd was because it was a good one. It might even been bigger than tonight. Talked to Scott as I walked in. He said 404.
All right.
Drive out to left field is foul.
That thing was gone if it would have stayed fair.
We don't have the current stats, do we, after last night's game? I looked through there. I didn't see anything.
We'll just have to go off last night's.
Yeah. Or last year.
I don't think that'll help. Tried to frame that one there was Lorbecki, but just missed to make the count 3-1. So see what we can get from Davis Wilson tonight. Obviously don't expect a 17 strikeout game. Bill was talking to him before the game, and Davis Wilson said he'd be happy with 5.
Pitch is off. And Olson draws a leadoff walk. Good start for the Legends. Sheboygan has had the Legends here a couple of times. They played them in the play ball tournament, and I was looking through this sheet, and it looks like it ended up a 2-2 tie. Do you remember that?
No, they walked it off. Appleton did in the third.
Okay.
It was via an error.
And then we beat them back on June 21st, 5-4. We scored a run in the bottom of the ninth to win that one.
It was a walk-off on an error, actually, in that game. In the play ball tournament.
Tony Krieger is up.
We got our Harry Cam still tonight over at third base.
Yeah.
If you didn't watch last night.
Did CJ ever get a screw for that camera, or do we got to be really careful again?
Still being careful. Can't do all that in a day. Asking a little much. Should ask Santa, though. He's here tonight.
Yeah,
he could probably help us out.
That strike evens the count at 1-1. Line drive. Stabbed by Palmquist. The throw back to first is not quite in time. Riley going up the ladder for that catch.
It was a nice liner right towards him. Had to go up in the air to get it, and sadly couldn't get two, but you at least get one because that takes away a base hit, and now you got one on, one out.
Couple of good ones tonight in terms of the umpiring crew. Keith Bondi from Manitowoc working the plate, and Paul Grauman living out in Sheboygan Falls. Actually played quarterback when he was in high school for Sheboygan South.
Really?
That was way back when. He's on the bases. Somebody asked Paul if he's doing the plate tonight. He said he was enough of a punching bag the last time he worked the plate here. So he's happy to get on the bases.
Here comes trouble. Watch out.
Breaking pitch is in for a strike.
Did you see Santa Hudson?
Our weather report, game time weather report, 72 degrees at game time. Cloudy is the sky, and wind is gently blowing out the center field. There's a drive out the center. Walker racing back.
Gone.
On the track. And it's out of here. Well, I thought he had a chance at it all the way to the end, but it just cleared the fence. 2-run homer.
As Santa comes walking through your screen at home, it's a 2-0 lead for Appleton, jumping right out of the gate. They didn't waste any time to take Davis Wilson yard, and the A's are going to have to play from behind.
And home run goes to Adam Kutwe. Just got it out of my mouth. It was blowing out to center field, and ball had just enough to get out of here. Right over the Bonic sign, Bonic Printing.
Someone's going to pay us a visit up here.
Hey, Santa.
Santa. Hey, how is it? Did you
Pretty
talk to
good.
Hudson yet?
Pitch is fouled out of play. 1-1 is the count. No fear in that boy. Giving Santa a hug.
Christmas in July with a little rain instead of snow. It's fitting. Oh,
ball is off the glove of Davis. And a nice charging pickup and throw by Pettit to get Peyton just by half a step.
he helps me sweep all the time. He helps us do a whole bunch of stuff around here. Right, Hudson?
That brings up Bubba Thompson.
At least for Wilson, you got 2 outs, no one on, nothing to worry about. You get the next out, and then hopefully your A's offense comes alive here tonight to bail you out.
He came alive in that 8th inning last night.
Oh,
There's
boy.
a drive into the gap in left center field. That one's off the fence. Walker makes a strong throw into second, but Thompson is in sliding with a double.
Last thing you want to do is give up 2 home runs in an inning. We saw just the other game, or was it 4 home runs total in the game?
Right.
Don't remember who it was. Someone had 3. One team had 3 home runs in the same game, and then the A's had 1 as well. But thankfully that didn't happen here. Davis Wilson gives up his 2nd hit here in the inning. There's that leadoff walk, then they got the line out, and then that big home run set it up 2-0.
Yeah, he hasn't been fooling them too much tonight
No.
so far. Sheboygan able to come up with 6 runs in the 8th inning last night, highlighted by Jimmy Jurgensen's 2-run homer.
We haven't seen him go to left center a whole lot like that. Usually they're either like straightaway left or to right field, but that one was pretty deep.
Chris Van de Heuvel is the batter for the Legends. Appleton has a long history of good baseball. They had the minor league Appleton Foxes for years. Now they have the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers.
And this Appleton Legends squad, they've won the league the past 3 years. They won it last year in 2020. There wasn't a winner, but they won it the 2 years before then. Now they're sitting at 5-7, and for the first time ever, Sheboygan wins the New Bowl. So Great sign for Sheboygan, but if you're Appleton, you're wondering what went wrong here this season.
It's amazing to see them having a losing record in this league because they've won it so often.
8
been so
times, I
competitive.
believe. I'll double check. Yeah, they've won it 8 times. Appleton and Menasha have won the league the most. 8 for Appleton, 7 for Menasha, and those are the bottom 2 teams in the league.
Yeah.
So it's crazy how things can change in a year.
Times have flipped for this season anyway. 1 ball and 2 strikes. There are 2 outs. We're in the top of the first inning. Appleton got a 2-run homer from Adam Kutwe. They lead it.
Wilson waves off 2 pitches, so let's see what he goes with on the 1-2. Whatever
Swing
it
and
is,
a
it
miss.
worked.
And finally, the first inning is over, but not before Appleton scores a couple. After a half inning of play, Appleton 2, Sheboygan coming to bat.
Authorized dealer.
When a Bud Light legend comes back, they do it carrying a squeaky beach chair, an inflatable dolphin, and a cooler full of perfectly chilled Bud Lights on hot sand, wearing only one flip-flop. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. You serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
The Snipe, the Sheboygan A's golf outing, will be held on August 21st at Town & Country Golf Course. It's a great opportunity to get out and golf and help support your Sheboygan A's. It's the 21st annual Snipe.
It's longer than I've been alive.
Yeah. Is that amazing, huh? how that works. So the Snipe, get involved. Great event. See, we went through the umpires, we went through the weather report. Now we need to go through the Sheboygan A's making a comeback.
It's not that they haven't done it this year, that's for sure.
Yes.
Especially at home.
Gus Walker takes that first pitch for a ball. Alex Breckheimer is the starter for the Appleton Legends. Some abbreviated stats on him. According to this sheet, he's only gone 9 innings. In two appearances, one was a start. He's 0-1. Allowed 7 hits, has an ERA of 3.00. Breckheimer, a pretty big kid.
See if the A's can get a leadoff walk and then a home run to match what Appleton did.
Here we go. Gus had a tough night last night. Went 0 for 4 with the walk. Walked in the 8th inning and scored. So he's looking to get off the schneid a little bit. We've been so good at getting updated stats, I didn't save the accumulated stat sheet from last night, so
Unreal.
we're on our own. Walker, a little tapper back to the mound. He's retired, and that brings up Ross Christ.
Walker going to stay in that slump for a little bit longer, I guess. It's up to Ross Chris to get the first hit of the ball game for the A's.
Ross had a fine night last night. Had 3 hits, including a double.
Very high leg kick for Breckheimer.
Fans are on.
Yeah, chirping in the bottom of the first.
Second pitch comes in a little bit low. 1-1 is the count.
Fans weren't too happy with strike 1, but I thought that second pitch was also pretty close.
Yeah, me too. High fly ball out into right center field. Racing over is Vandenheuvel, and he makes a nice running catch.
Really had to stick his glove out there in the last second to get it in. Otherwise, that would have been extra bases, but instead it's all for naught to bring up Harry Stout with 2 outs.
Harry Stout is up. He had a hit and an RBI. His 400th RBI last night.
Big history night for not only Blake Coons, but also Harry Stout.
Well, we're going to get off the Harry kick tonight, Jordan. Our trivia question has nothing to do with Harry.
Not to do with Harry? You actually wrote it down tonight?
I did. I remembered. Before I closed out the file and printed it. I saw, that blank, that trivia box is empty. I need to fill it in.
You'll never make that mistake again.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Maybe not this year, at least.
Pop up out of play.
We're going to come up with some trivia for Legion?
That's a good question. Boy.
We could.
We could. I wish we had some information on them, over the years.
Right. I kind of printed off a bunch of stuff like past champions and things like that, so we could go off of that.
Yeah, we can use some of that for sure. Do we know who the teams are yet?
No. They had a tournament last weekend or this weekend or something.
I was going to say it. You got to figure that out pretty quick.
I know.
The tournament starts a week from yesterday.
We'll do a little more research after the weekend, but then we'll get it all sorted out.
Yeah, 2-2 is the count. I had a friend of mine is really into a lot of baseball history. He might have some information we can use from far, like back in the 60s.
Oh, yeah.
Throw some of that out there, too.
I got some good little ones about the only Wisconsin teams to actually make it to the Legion World Series and stuff like that. Out in South Carolina.
I coached girls basketball out at Kohler for 2 years, and the assistant coach actually played in the Little League World Series.
That's awesome.
In Pennsylvania.
Williamsport.
So a foul tip caught by the catcher Olson, and that retires the side after one complete. Appleton on top.
The great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Back here at Wildwood Park, Davis Larson finishing up his warm-up tosses to start the second inning. Appleton will send up Cole Wilcox, their right fielder, to lead off.
Main concern about Wilson after the first inning is he's given up some power. He gave up that home run, gave up the double, so you want to limit those extra base hits because both hits given up have been for 2 or more.
Sheboygan had a good performance from their starter Blake Coons last night. Blake went 8 innings, allowed only 1 run, and struck out a whopping 17 batters. Wilcox on a bunt attempt, bunted right through it for strike 1. Now, Sheboygan has won the NEW. They're champs no matter what.
Correct.
But we'd like to see them win at least one more game so they have more wins than anybody else in the league, which could happen tonight. They also have one more game scheduled to close out the league. That's against Menasha. That'll happen, I think, in 2 weeks.
No, next week they've got 3 games. They're technically all they're all invitational games, but that Menasha one's going to count as an invitational game and a league game. So that's all next week.
That was Monday. I thought it was actually the week after next, or is it next week?
No, it's next week. They're all on the road. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. One of the two.
Wilcox can't check his swing, and he goes down. And it'll bring up Chris Hetner. Got it right.
Good.
Usually I delay and wait for Bill.
That's what I always do.
Bill's the man.
If
he's smiling over there, he knows it.
If he's wrong, we'll all be wrong with him.
That's right. And
Except
sometimes it's a search and peck. You know, you pronounce it different each time they come up, and hopefully one of the times it'll be right.
Zach Risen.
You don't want to have that happen with one of your players.
No. You'll
Although
hear
Grandma
about
came up and corrected us, at least she corrected Bill.
Yeah. Stay away from us down here.
Figure it this way, if she's at the game, she's not going to hear us.
Yeah, no, she's not. She's probably watching tonight. True.
2-1 is the count.
Good pitch. Haven't seen him use that breaking ball effectively a whole lot so far tonight, so that was a good one.
Nice to have at least a couple of pitches you can depend on, keep that batter off balance. Or Becky slides over and makes the catch. It's 3-2. There's one out. We're in the top of the second.
Yeah, if you don't have at least 2 pitches in your repertoire at this level, it's not going to be a nice and easy ending for you. You need at least
If you're going to be a short reliever
off.
for an inning or two, you can maybe get away with it. But
I mean, I guess if you can throw hard heat the whole time, then you just get it by them. But
that ball was hammered foul down the right field side. Count remains 3-2. Got a nice evening. If you have the ambition, come on out. It's not too late. Second walk given up by Davis Wilson.
not a leadoff walk like the first one at least, so a little improvement.
Yep, little improvement. Brings up Ryan Mesa.
There's a 1-2-3 bottom half of the first for the A's, but here's Appleton already at their 9-hitter. Only 4 outs into the ball game.
Palmquist shading over towards second base. Ball is hit to left. Walker, Christ makes the catch.
Seemed like he got a bad read on it at first. He had to put a little extra back pedal into it, but he was able to make the snag.
I thought the same thing too.
Not that he had to haul off and sprint all of a sudden, but it definitely threw him off.
Evan Olson, the leadoff hitter, is up. Evan walked and scored in the first. His second at bat already, and we're only in the second inning.
Comes out to some Taylor Swift.
Who's that? Taylor Swift. Who's she play for?
Not the A's, that's for sure.
Yeah. We had a guy a couple of years ago. His name was Taylor Grimm.
Okay.
His last name was Grimm.
Yep.
Taylor Grimm. And I was so tempted because I did Bill's job a couple times to announce the batter as Grimm Taylor.
That'd work.
Never did it. Glad I didn't.
Glad, yep. Good idea. Probably for the better. Would have upset at least one person.
Maybe mom and dad. 2 balls and 1 strike. Runner on first is Hetner. He's not taking a real big lead over there. And hanging close to the bag. Ball is hit out in the air. Jimmy coming in and makes the one-handed catch to end the second inning. When we come back, Sheboygan will have Jacoby Andreas, Jimmy Jurgensen, and Joey Pettit.
Every minute, every hour, all the whole year through.
It is intense right here.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's a lot of lemons.
Well, you know what they say when life gives you lemons.
We know the saying, Mark.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen?
Hello.
Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Alex Breckheimer finishing up his warm-up tosses. Coming out to finish taking the warm-up tosses will be the catcher Olson. Olson popped out to end the second inning. And waiting on deck, or waiting to come up to bat, is Jacoby Andreas. Jacoby was 4 for 5 last night with 2 RBIs. I think on the one at bat when he came up, we had it figured he had raised his average to 310 and then got another hit, so he's well above the 300 mark.
I'd say 4 for 5's all right.
Hopefully he stays hot, gets a hit here.
They don't have to stay that hot, though. I mean, if
By
you
the
do,
way,
awesome.
Jacoby is our Northwoods cleanup hitter. Big thank you to Jordan for not letting us know that ahead of time. We're a team up here.
Try to be.
Hey, watch out over there.
Right as you say we're a team, CJ's throwing stuff.
Yeah, right. That tape dispenser can be a mean thing once in a while.
Oh, the ball stealer got it instead of the little kids.
Oh, that guy
Come
again.
on.
Crying out loud. You know, they don't turn the balls back in.
No,
those
they
big
don't.
guys.
That's why I called him a stealer. And then how are you going to gloat with the ball in front of the kids? That's the worst part.
That's the definition of a bully. 2-1 is the count. Breckheimer winds and delivers. That ball's
That'll
going to
get
sneak through for a base hit. That's 5 hits in a row.
Didn't really see a whole lot on that one, but you got to wonder about the field conditions. Obviously pretty well. Now it stopped raining for a while, but you never know when that ball can take a weird hop or just kind of die out in the grass tonight.
The field does pretty good with taking water, but I don't think it could have taken a whole lot more because it rained pretty hard.
There were
for
some
a while.
puddles over at first, but we were able to get it all cleaned up and we were good to go. That's probably the worst thing is not if it rains steadily all throughout the day, but if it rains really, really hard about an hour or so, half an
doesn't
hour.
have a chance to soak in. For Andreas, he had finished last night's game with 4 hits in a row, and now with the hit here, gives him 5 hits in a row. Jimmy pulled that one foul out of play, and he's sitting at 0-2. Jimmy hit a long home run to right field. If you look just to the right of the scoreboard by the Bud Light sign, that's about where it went over.
I like it better when they hit the scoreboard, but to each their own.
Yeah, we don't want to
CJ
be breaking
doesn't.
things though either. Breaking ball by Breckheimer is down, and Jimmy able to check his swing. Joey Pettit waiting on deck.
If you're going to hit a home run, you might as well hit the video board. Yeah, see? 2-2.
Evens. Yeah, thank you. I was going to just say that.
We're a good team.
Yeah, I just thought of another reason why our fans in internet land ought to get to the ballpark, the team store. Boy, they got some nice things in there. Jimmy swinging at a high pitch. Couldn't catch up to it. He goes down on strikes.
I got more compliments yesterday about my Hammer Time shirt than I ever have before. It's
hey,
like,
I was talking to Eric Eisenstein down below.
Uh-huh.
And he was sitting there, brand new Hammer Time. He said somebody gave it to him last night at the game.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that sweet?
I would absolutely wear my own shirt.
I want to get one of those and take it to Arizona and show my senior softball buddies.
$18 or something like that, and not bad at all.
Yeah. I have my two-tone ground ball, a third high
that
hop.
took a hop.
Boy, bad hop for Kutwe. Pettit gets a bad hop single. Hopefully Adam Kutwe is okay.
Yeah, he
Boy,
took
that
that
looked
one
like
right
it hit
off
him right
the
in the chest.
Yep. Took a big old hop, and that's the last thing you're expecting as the third baseman. You're getting ready to get in position, go down, and get it, and that one will leave a mark.
So I was talking about that two-tone. It's got the raglan sleeve about 3/4 down. And it's got the gray body.
And you have that in Arizona?
I bought it here, obviously, and took it to Arizona, left it out there. So,
But why would you want that long of sleeves in that hot of a place?
It's got the real silky kind of material. It's perfect.
Still.
Yeah.
Need a tank top for out there.
Oh, that
hit him. Base is juiced with only one out.
Sheboygan with a great opportunity.
The 8-hole designated hitter tonight in Cooper Gussie. That's a new one.
It's pretty amazing, Jordan, when you see these 80-year-old guys walking into the park, pulling their bag on their wheels with 2 bats in there and their glove and their shoes. And
they're ready to go.
Oh, you talk about ready to go. It's they take it very serious out there, softball.
As they should, right?
I guess. I thought we took it pretty seriously here. It doesn't even compare to what they do out there. Bases are loaded. There's only one out. Cooper Gussie is up. Gussie had a nice night last night, too, with a couple of hits.
My uncle lives in Arizona, and they play pickleball a lot. You should see.
Yeah.
You should see those.
Oh.
How intense that gets.
There's 2 parks pretty near where I live, and one park is where I play pickleball, and then all the good guys go to this other park.
Sure.
They
You guys might go to the same park for all I know.
Thompson Peak Park is where I play it. I can literally walk from our condo over there, which is nice. And that's also where we've been playing senior softball recently.
Really?
Yeah, we've gotten a runaround really bad from the Parks Department in Scottsdale. But for me,
oh, you're in Scottsdale?
Yeah.
He's in Goodyear, so that wouldn't be.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be close.
Mm-mm.
There's a little liner right to the second baseman, Mesa, who makes the easy catch. He was hoping to get the runner on second doubled up, but Pettit did a good job of base running, and that's going to bring up Riley Palmquist.
Riley hasn't been doing bad since he got back from injury. Staying in that 9-hole, playing a shortstop position, see if he can get a little base hit to at least get 1 run on the board for the A's. Last night, what did they leave? 9, 10 runners on base? Something like that. This would be 3 if they aren't able to convert.
Yeah, we ended up, I think, with 11 runners left on.
Even worse.
Fly ball out to right, down the line.
It's going to be caught.
Over quickly and making the catch was Wilcox, and that ends the threat for Sheboygan in the second. After 2 complete, Appleton still on top, 2-0.
Pandemic and the next.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Last year's financial year, excuse me.
Sometimes you need to get out.
The great outdoors.
Free pickup's easy. Just order ahead in the Meijer app.
Davis Wilson finishing his warm-up tosses. If you can catch that on your monitor, off to the left-hand side of the screen is the 50-50.
If that's
musical
the 50-50,
chairs, yeah.
We're doing something wrong.
Oh, I give it to the green.
It had to go to the green. It's Christmas in July night, Christmas colors.
Yeah, right. Musical chairs taken care of. We got the build a baseball player. That's always an interesting one.
Wheelbarrow race.
Human wheelbarrow race.
The rapid fire trivia with the player. 50-50 raffle. The real one.
Lorbecky late getting out there.
Very late. He's one of those guys who wears his batting glove under his glove. Just noticed that.
Probably a good thing, offer a little more cushion when those fastballs come in. Tony Krieger's up.
The little break doesn't really help Davis Wilson. He was just kind of standing on the mound for 30 seconds or so.
Yeah,
Not
right.
throwing at all, just waiting.
Now, Krieger's got that kind of name where we could call him Kruger. Or Krieger.
We'll call him Tony.
That sounds good to me, too.
Tony K.
No balls and 2 strikes. Krieger popped to short. No, he hit that line drive that Palmquist had a leap up and catch.
There you go.
There's a one hopper out into right field.
Another line drive for him, but this time he's able to get on at least. And it's on 2 out of the 3 innings now. Appleton's had their leadoff guy on first.
Kutwe hit the home run in the first inning. Hit it out by the Bonick sign out in center field. Bonick Printing. They're the company that print up the posters when we have the poster giveaway and print up the game programs.
That was Kutwe's first home run in league play this year. He's up to 11 RBIs, though.
That's a pretty good number.
There's actually not a whole lot of power at all. There's...
Should check and see what they have team-wise for home runs.
None in league play. 0. So that was their first league home run of the season. Holy.
Timing is everything, huh? There's a drive to deep left
How
field.
dare we talk
that
about
ball's
home
going to
runs.
be out of here. Another 2-run homer for Adam Kutwe.
Talk about having a guy's number. Kutwe absolutely has that of Davis Wilson here in his first 2 ABs. My goodness, get a look of him here as he rounds third base. Wow.
It's serious now, Jordan. 2 runs isn't too bad, but when you're down 4, it's going to be tough.
And especially when they're off long balls, too. Affects your pitcher a little bit more.
Peyton Just is up. Peyton hit that one hopper that glanced off of Davis Wilson's glove and over to Pettit, and he was able to throw just out at first base.
Kootway was coming into the ball game with just a .250 league average. He is now up to 1 home run and 12 ribbies.
And those are no doubters, too.
Yeah. I wasn't looking at the second one because I was reading the numbers, but I heard the sound. And
right, yeah. The sound will tell you a lot.
That was a good pitch to hit, but he got it off the bottom barrel. Down towards the handles, he falls behind 1 and 2.
Waiting on deck is Bubba Thompson. Thompson doubled his first time up. There's nobody out. 2 runs in already for Appleton. We're in the third.
Had to go down on all fours there was Lorbecki. A's with that surprising loss Monday night to Menasha. They were able to rebound last night, get back to 500 in Wisconsin State League play, but I mean, I know you've already clinched the league, you know, you've already won the Newell, but at the end of the day, you don't want to be dropping all your last games.
No, you still got the playoffs that are going to happen, and you want to be coming in on a losing streak or not playing well.
Forecast is a little iffy for this weekend as of right now.
A little looping fly ball out to right field. That's going to drop for a hit.
It's about the same way as when Krieger got his. Same way, same place, same spot, same distance.
And we had a game where Davis pitched earlier this summer, and he had a really tough go of it that night. And then we caught him later in the season. He pitched a real fine ball game that night. And so far tonight, it's a repeat of that first game.
That's been the struggle with him all season, is the inconsistency. So there's a little bunt. He's going to be safe. No play at all. What speed.
Yeah.
And what a fantastic bunt to just drop it in the grass. Lorbecki was calling for Davis Wilson all the way, saying, you got it. And then by the time Wilson picked up the ball, I mean, that man was almost a foot away from the bag.
So they're not only hitting looping liners that are finding holes, but then they bunt on the infield and get hits there too. 4 straight hits for Appleton to start the third inning.
And to think of what could have been as the A's had the bases loaded back in the bottom half of the second with only 1 out. How quickly things can change.
Chris Vandehoevel is the Appleton legend hitter. Get some action in the A's bullpen. Looks like Stager took his catcher's mitt and is going to go out and warm up one of the A's pitchers.
Nice you got the catcher, but we need the pitcher.
Yeah. 49 for the Blake Roach. No.
Noah Emery.
Emery. Noah Emery looks like he's getting loose in the bullpen for Sheboygan. And now we're all set to go.
You can see on your screen there, that's a big old lead at second base.
That's Peyton Just, the left fielder.
Not that you would really think about a double steal with no one out, but you never know. Especially, and we brought this up last night with the lefty batter, it makes stealing third a whole lot harder.
Wilson with a good fastball. Vandenhoevel not able to catch up to it. He's down in the count, 0-2. Just is on second. Thompson with his bunt single is on first.
This is the big out right here for Wilson to get that first out of the inning, and then it's a sigh of relief. You're like, all right, you know you can do it. You've just seen it happen. It's a lot better if it's a strikeout. And then all you got to hope for is a little ground ball that stays infield, and hopefully you can get 2 out of it and head back to the bullpen.
Let's get him.
As of right now, it's Adam Kootway 4, Sheboygan A's 0.
Vandenhoevel was a strikeout victim his first time up. Palmquist at shortstop is trying to keep the runner on second a little closer to the bag. We did see a pickoff by a Sheboygan pitcher earlier in the year.
That was a few games ago, I think, actually.
It's one of those plays where he looks at the mound, he spins around and throws to second. It's a timing play of sorts. That ball is hit out into deep right center field. And out of here, a 3-run homer. Oh, my. Oh.
For a team that, according to their stats, came in with not a single league home run yet this year, they now have 3 of them in the span of just 2 innings. There is not an out yet here in this 3rd inning. It is a 7-0 ball game. And at what point do you pull the plug from Davis Wilson now that, Emery's getting loose?
I think if Emery was ready, he'd pull it right now, but he's not. Nobody was expecting this.
It's just one of those nights for Davis Wilson, and one of those nights for the Appleton hitters as well. Home runs rubbing off on one another, which is a great thing for them.
Yeah, bad for us. Cole Wilcox is the hitter. Nobody out, 5 runs in. A 2-run homer by Kutwe and then a 3-run homer by Vandenheuvel. Ball's pounded foul down the third base side. I'm afraid to say it, Jordan. Wilcox was a strikeout victim his first time up.
Yeah, what happened last time you said that?
Yeah, 3-run homer.
At least this would only be a solo shot. A little better.
It's a bouncing ball to Harry. Just got the runner Wilcox. He was hustling.
It made it very competitive over at first base, but Harry Stout with a good arm as he's been getting nice and comfortable with that third base position.
Brings up the Appleton legend first baseman, Chris Hetner. Sheboygan has a big hill to climb now, down 7-0. Kutwe's been the big hitter for Appleton with 2 2-run homers. And then chipping in was Chris Vandenheuvel with the 3-run blast.
Vandenheuvel came into the ball game with just 3 RBIs. He was hitting .350 though, so he was seeing the ball well.
Well, they all look like studs tonight.
You can say that again. It's a 10-run rule through 7, so the A's still have a lot of time to get back in the ball game, and they'd have to give up a few more runs, which obviously you don't want to see them do. But 7-0 through 3.
Yeah.
This is one of the biggest early deficits I've seen the A's down all year.
You know, we talk about being down 7 runs, but if you look at it from a different point of view, here you got a real nice crowd tonight. You know, they came to see a good ball game, and it just hasn't been competitive so far. Play competitive baseball and keep the fans coming back.
That one took a funny hop.
Yeah. Petty able to make the play, though. There's 2 outs now in the 3rd, and that's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Ryan Mesa. Mesa hit that fly ball out to left field that Ross Chris had a little trouble with back in the 2nd inning.
He comes in with a .045 batting average.
Too bad that wasn't his ERA.
That'd be a lot better. He was just 1 for 22 coming into the ball game.
So I'm going to foul that ball back.
That explains him in the 9-hole, I guess.
Sheboygan will have the top of the order when they come to bat in the 3rd. Hopefully they can get something going. They had something going in the bottom of the second. They got the bases loaded with one out, but were not able to push a run across. There is time, and we've got some good hitters.
Wilson waved off a few pitches again. The last time he did it, he got the strikeout, but there's something he's just not liking from Lorbecki tonight.
Line drive down the right field side. Foul.
Barely.
Paul Grauman running out towards the corner. Our base umpire made the call. One ball and 2 strikes. There's nobody on base and there are 2 outs, but Appleton has pushed 5 more runs across in the inning and lead it 7-0.
Back-to-back foul balls as Wilson's pitch count rises here through 3. Not even through 3 yet, technically.
It'll be interesting to see what Tim Moyer does when we get to the 4th inning.
Sure, the thought process is you'd like to use Emery sometime this weekend in those 4 games. You don't want to have him pitch a lot more than he has to.
That's a good point. You know, I get too deep into your pitching staff tonight with 4 games coming up. 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday against the Addison Braves.
Almost had a collision out there.
The adult in the street looking underneath the car for the ball. Two-two pitch.
Time called. It's just strategic one there from Ryan Mesa. Wilson seemed to have him in this at-bat. Now it's been a battle. It's probably the
Mesa
7th pitch.
Another ball fouled off. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
This one should be in fair ground.
Lorbecki racing over towards the screen, but it's out of play. That one stayed in the park.
Scared the guys down at the Bud baseline. They got up out of their seats thinking it was coming their way.
And Mesa's costing us a lot of money with all those foul balls out in the street.
Especially to the ones that aren't getting returned.
Right. You know, if that kid were to turn in all the balls, he could buy supper for his household.
Tell me about it.
Breaking ball in there for strike 3. And finally that ends the 3rd inning, but not before Appleton pushes across 5 more runs and they lead it 7-0.
I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage.
You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great.
I'm glad you showed up.
In my life.
I could never get through this world without you.
You are really close to my
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
Every single time I...
Get down! Get down! There you are.
You always have...
My back! My back! I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things...
Yes, things!
...are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And
please be quiet.
Listen. You hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
friendship.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Gus Walker will lead off the Sheboygan third inning.
If there's any positives to take out of that top half of the third, it's that Breckheimer had to sit and wait a long time.
Hopefully that does make a difference. In the last half inning for Sheboygan, they had 2 hits and a hit by pitch, but they're not able to score a run. Hopefully they can get some across this inning. Breckheimer didn't look too bad. That
No,
pitch.
I was going to say he pounded the zone right out of the gate. I don't think that weight phased him.
Walker checks his swing on that pitch, evens the count at 1-1. Waiting on deck is Ross Christ.
Walker still trying to get out of that slump. A base hit to get some momentum going for the A's would certainly be, that would be nice. Get some of those heads back up that were tilting down after the third.
Gus takes that pitch down low for a ball. It's 2-2. Gus leading off the inning. We're in the bottom of the third. Breckheimer's pitch is outside the zone, makes the count 3-2. Sheboygan looking to get base runners and then get them around. Chip into that lead. And Walker works the walk.
He had that walk in the other night, so at least he's getting on base even in the bit of a slump he's in, and that's, like I mentioned, a leadoff runner for the A's. All it takes is something to get a little rally going.
Christ hit the ball hard his last time up, but Vanden Heuvel, the center fielder, was able to make a nice catch in right center field, robbing Ross of extra bases. Ross with a swing and a miss. That fastball.
Big Hardy cut. It seemed like he was swinging on the first pitch no matter what.
Another pickoff attempt is not in time. Ball gets away from Olson. Walker able to trot down to second on that wild pitch.
I'll take anything if you're the A's to try and get back into this ball game, and a wild pitch helps. Base hit could potentially score Walker.
Harry waiting on deck. Ross falls that. Is it going to stay in play? Yes, it is. Adam Kutwe comes over and makes a catch in foul ground right in front of the Sheboygan A's dugout.
It's also a real good job of Bubba Thompson from shortstop going over to cover third, because Gus Walker might have had a clear path to go from second to third. Even though that ball was so shallow in foul ground, you got to make sure you have someone covering the bag, and Bubba Thompson did just that.
Harry Stelt is up. Coming into last night's game, Harry was the leading hitter on the A's, not counting Brad Reinflesch, who has very limited at-bats.
There's someone else up there, too. I forget who it was. They're like 1 of 1 or something.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't remember.
Silvesky, maybe?
Wish I would have kept that sheet. I'm just so used to, we always come here and they got the new sheet for us. I didn't make any bones about throwing it away. I wish I would have kept it. 2 balls and no strikes. There's 1 out. Gus Walker is on at second.
Oh,
Harry with a swing and a foul tip right into the mitt of Olson. Harry went down swinging his first at bat and hit a foul tick just like that Olson was able to hang on to. Harry pops that one up into center field.
Golfed it.
And then Huvels throws it back to the infield, but no advance. And now there's 2 outs.
Not what you want when you got a runner on second base with an 0-1 out, same as the last inning. AZ had the bases loaded with just 1 out, and they weren't able to take advantage. If you leave 4 guys on base in the first 3 innings, that is not a recipe for success.
Let's see, we're checking out the innings from last night's game. We had
there you go.
There's a line drive base hit into left center field. That'll score a run. Andreas is going to pull up at first base with an RBI single.
Right,
6 hits in a row.
Jimmy Jurgensen with a chance to keep the inning alive.
We did talk about it earlier about the amount of runners left on base last night was 11. That's unacceptable. If it wouldn't have been for that huge 8th inning,
it was a very close competitive game last night until that inning.
Yeah.
And that really separated it.
Sheboygan did struggle to put clutch base hits together.
If it wasn't for Blake Coons and his night as well, who knows what could have happened in that ball game. You got a complete 180 with Davis
That's
Wilson.
That's why we wanted to see him go to the complete game. As long as it was 3-1.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it was that close 3-1 ball game, he certainly would have stayed in. But then once they poured on those extra 6, no need to keep him in an extra inning. Didn't get a pitch count, but it probably was 100 or so.
I would think it's
more.
pretty close to that.
When you get 17 strikeouts, that's 17 times 3, 51 right there.
Jimmy pops that one up into short left field. Racing and not making a catch, dropping it was the left fielder just. And going all the way to third was Andreas. Jimmy reaches on an E7.
Bill gave it a hit.
Error.
We'll talk later. I thought error.
Runners on at the corners, 2 outs. Pettit. Joey singled his last time up. Sheboygan has a run in. And a great opportunity to get some more right here.
Get at least the 1. Don't leave that runner stranded at third. Cut it to a 5-run game. And maybe we see Noah Emery come into the ball game, keep the score at 7 for a few innings. A's getting a run here, 2 runs there. You can slowly trot your way back into this.
Ball in the dirt. Olson able to keep it at home plate, prevent the runners from advancing. 1-1 to Joey Pettit. Pitch is up high. Jimmy Jurgensen over at first. Jacoby Andreas over at third. Joey Pettit, the hitter.
Very important for Pettit to get ahead in the count. It means Breckheimer's going to have to throw him some strikes, which will give him something to hit.
There's a line drive out into center field and caught. Oh, my. Looked like a sure base hit, but Vandenheuvel came up and made the catch. But Sheboygan does come up with the run. After 3 complete, it's now 7-1.
When a Bud Light legend comes back, they do it carrying a squeaky beach chair, an inflatable dolphin, and a cooler full of perfectly chilled Bud Light. On hot sand, wearing only one flip-flop. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. Serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Now pitching for Sheboygan is Noah Emery. Davis Wilson went 3 innings, allowed 7 hits and 7 runs. Those were all earned. He walked 2, struck out 3, and allowed 3 home runs.
There's
Hopefully
a suggestion
Emery can
before
serve as the stopper tonight.
Yeah, there's a suggestion before you were here of someone, because we always do you dance and then the best person gets a gift card or whatever. There's a suggestion to do a Christmas themed song, but what Christmas themed songs are there that you dance to? I mean,
Jingle bells?
I guess, yeah. Like there's really, there's
right.
really nothing.
Exactly.
No standard Christmas dance song.
I'll be home for Christmas.
I mean,
can hardly dance
you can
to that.
dance to any Christmas song, I guess.
Evan Olson can lead off the 4th inning for Appleton. Well, at least Sheboygan got a run. They're down 6, but
would have been nice
chip
to
away.
have one more.
Yeah. The other one would have been that 2nd inning when you had the bases loaded.
Well, that for sure.
Hard ground ball to Harry. He makes the play.
What was interesting is Olsen, by the time the throw was there, he just kind of stopped dead in his tracks. He just thought it was out for sure, but you always got to run through. You never know when that ball drops out of the glove.
Got that right.
That's
You made a call earlier, I think it was, when there was a foul ball caught by Kutwe and how the shortstop Thompson came over to cover 3rd. I've heard it said that there's a fly ball out into deep center field, Walker on the move, and he makes the catch. But on every play, every ball that's hit in a baseball game like that, there's some place that you should be.
Absolutely.
You shouldn't just be standing around.
Or standing in your normal position, I guess, too, but I was a little concerned with who's coming up to the plate right now.
Kutwe is up. He's 2 for 2 with a couple of home runs. How often do we say that? Good breaking ball by Noah Emery. Maybe this is what we need, to have Kutwe face someone else. He certainly had his way with Davis Wilson.
Whole different ball game now as he's behind 0-2. That was a close pitch on the outside corner, but Emery got the benefit.
You got to feel bad for Davis, too, because, he's had some good games this year. It's just he hasn't been consistent enough.
It's been a real roller coaster of a ride for him as Kutwe was way ahead of that ball.
I know last year he was a mainstay of the pitching staff. He appeared in 14 games. 10 of those were starts. He had a complete game to go along with that. He pitched 58 and 2/3 innings. I mean, he pitched a lot of baseball. Had a 5-7 record. The 5 wins actually tied for the lead.
I'd like it if on that sheet if they put a complete game if it was 9 or 7 innings, because you never really know if it's a 7-inning doubleheader complete game or a full 9.
Right.
You don't see the full 9 as often, but we've seen the 7 quite a few times this year from A's pitchers. Wow.
Called strike 3, and Kutwe is finally out. And that ends the 4th inning for Appleton. They don't score any runs. Sheboygan will have some Caleb Lorbecki, Cooper Gussie, and Riley Palmquist to lead off the 4th inning.
great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Leading off the bottom of the 4th for Sheboygan will be Caleb Lorbecki. Alec Breckheimer still on the mound for the Appleton Legends. Had a nice 3-inning run so far. Noah Emery was a pleasant relief in that 4th inning. Hopefully he can keep that up, and Sheboygan can come back and win the old ball game. We're down 6 right now. Annalise and Olivia are handing out some freebies to the crowd. We call it Christmas in July. Caleb swings and misses, evens the count at 1-1. Cooper Gussie waiting on deck. Breckheimer's pitch is inside, just missed hitting Caleb. Any way to get runners on, then get some hits. They're selling the 50-50 tickets now. I thought you were going to go down there and help them out there for a second, Jordan. You did such a great job that one game. You were the wingspan man, huh?
Well, some people like to use their own wingspan when they're taller than me, so I respect that. That's smart.
It's not your tickets, right?
Not my tickets.
3-1 is the count. Lorbecki tying his shoe. Do you ever do that in a basketball game? Step off the line and tie your shoe so the guy that's shooting the free throws had to wait?
No, but that's a good idea.
Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Breckheimer. Ooh, that big guy is down there. Sam Decker with his wingspan. That'd be
that would work.
Sold. He'd be getting his money's worth. That pitch is fouled straight back. Caleb hanging in there.
All you got to think of is that any good big man in the NBA. I mean, you get a Giannis wingspan, that's like 100 tickets.
Yeah.
There is, when we were up on the deck selling 50-50s, there was a guy who's probably 6'4", real tall guy, and everyone wanted to use him for the wingspan. So we just kept going back to him.
Pitch is right there for strike 3. Look right on the corner. Caleb took it.
I think Lorbecki knew it too, but he was just trying to sell it a little bit more. It was definitely a good pitch.
Keith Pondy, the home plate umpire, wasn't having any of that.
Oh, no. Looked good to us.
Got to give Caleb credit. At least he didn't bike at the umpire.
That's
he
true.
Knew it.
And that sometimes it's in those 7-1 ball games where that chirping really starts to come out because it's just the frustration. Gotta let it out on someone.
Cooper Gussie hit that soft line drive out to Mesa. That was caught. That was the second out in the second inning when we had the bases loaded. We both thought, it's going to make it in the right center field, but Mesa caught it.
Just like the last out of the bottom half of the third inning. Thought that one was going to drop in center.
Yeah, right. Boy, that ball was hit Just too hard.
And a great read on it was Vandenhoevel, too.
I go back to my standard saying, line drives are overrated. 3-0. Pitch is in there for a strike. Sheboygan 6 runs down, looking to come back. There's a roller out to short. Good play by Thompson. 6-3 put out.
Not going to come out, or not going to come back, I should say, with little grounders like that.
No. Better to have those real little grounders, the ones you can beat out.
Yeah, or ones that bounce off the chest of the third baseman.
That hurts.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Especially when you're ahead 3-1 in the count.
Riley Palmquist is up next. Riley flew out to right. He hit one right down the right field line that Wilcox made a nice running catch on.
Great first pitch.
Yeah, Breckheimer looks pretty confident out there.
He's been dialed in tonight. Not to say he hasn't been in trouble, though. He got in a few jams, but he was able to work out of it. Only gave up 1 run. That one came right at him. So that's been the strategy so far tonight for the A's. A little hopper over to the third baseman that hit Kootway, and this one nearly takes the head off Breckheimer, but they're able to get on in both of them. Good to see he's all right.
I think Alex saw his life pass in front of him there for a second.
That's just all reaction as you put the glove up, and he's able to give up. I mean, you give up a base hit, but you save your life. So
Gus Walker is up next. Gus walked to lead off the third and came around and scored. Sheboygan's only run so far. A little 2-out rally would be nice. Breckheimer's first pitch is in for a strike. You know, when you look at Riley Palmquist and his hitting, you know, I don't see him necessarily as a number 9 hitter. I mean, he could bat in other spots in the order, and you know, I'd feel pretty comfortable hitting him anywhere in the lineup, actually.
I even think if you move him up to 7 or something like that, and then you put that catcher down in the 9 hole. But I think what Tim Moyer was trying to do is just ease him back into it at the 9 hole. Now he's kind of settled in there. But, I mean, you've got a real good lineup, and then when Kim comes back into the fold, that also changes things a little bit more. So
right,
it's interesting. There's depth, though, and that's the big key. Ball got through first base, but Palmquist wasn't able to get back up and move over to second in time.
I think he was fortunate that Hetner didn't step on him
that
going
also
after the ball, because that'll happen sometimes, too. Not intentionally, of course.
No.
No balls and 2 strikes to Gus. He's in the hole big time. And Breckheimer goes right after him and strikes him out, and that ends the 4th inning.
Every single second, every minute, every hour, all the whole year through. It is intense right here.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's a lot of lemons.
Well, you know what they say when life gives you
We
lemons.
know the saying, Mark.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot. Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, Tea Time.
What are you, having tea with the Queen?
Hello.
Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
You know what happened last night in the game. Trivia question tonight had to do with strikeouts in a single game. Who holds the record for Sheboygan A's? And I believe it was 21.
21.
Okay, and it was
because we were
Mark
talking
Simon.
about he could get to 20, and that would be tied for second.
Yeah. Unless there was a drop third strike.
Yeah, we did speculate that because he would have.
But it all didn't matter because he didn't pitch to ninth. Ranking in second place behind Mark was former Manitowoc Fayette teacher Bobby Ayers.
All
played
right.
with Sheboygan back in the day. Peyton Just, the left fielder, is going to lead off the fifth inning. Noah Emery still on for Sheboygan. Emery pitched a clean fourth, getting Olson to ground out to third, Krieger to fly out, and then struck out Adam Kutwe. Right now, I think Adam Kutwe would be my MVP of the game.
Yeah,
with his two
it's hard to
home
argue
runs
that.
Making that nice catch in foul ground.
Did you see? I don't know if you saw. There was a picture of Giancarlo Stanton from the All-Star game last night. He had the huge home run. Did you see a picture of the ball?
No.
I'll pull it up. It was, I mean, he just
I
absolutely
saw
smashed.
Byron Buxton from the Twins hit his first All-Star game. Matter of fact, last night was his first All-Star game, his first All-Star at bat. He hit a home run.
Look at the ball as he hit it.
Oh, my.
Like, that thing is
crushed. Jeez. I didn't think a
unreal.
baseball could be compressed like
either.
that. Fly ball out into center field. Andreas racing over. Makes the grab. Just is retired. That brings up the shortstop, Bubba Thompson. That is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I've
you
never.
see golf balls once in a while get
Sure.
compressed by a golf club, but this is.
I would love to see it. I don't know if it just happened on the hit, but I would love to see if that ball got damaged in the long run. You know, the fan that catches it, if they get like a dented ball or anything. I don't understand. It like compressed and then like just gets its air back as it's flying. I don't know. Never seen
Did you ever
anything
see the
like
movie
it.
The Natural?
No.
When Roy Hobbs hits a home run to win the game and he tore the cover off the ball.
That's awesome. It's a very
Thompson
movie thing.
flew out to center, and that brings up Chris Vandenheuvel. Chris hit a deflating home run. If you're an A's fan, it was a 3-run homer to finish off the 5-run third for Appleton.
Just missed.
Emery has been a real pick-me-up, coming on in relief, retiring the first 5 hitters he's faced.
Keep it that way.
Yes, and let's get some runs.
Good pitch there. The breaking ball right down the middle. Definitely a good change of pace for Sheboygan after his a deflating home run, a deflating home run, and a deflating home run. 3 of them given up so far tonight.
That's a lot of deflation.
Yeah, it was a lot of deflation.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Emery pitches a clean 5th inning, and Sheboygan's going to try and make a comeback with their 2, 3, and 4 hitters up.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Last year's financial year, excuse me.
Sometimes you need to get out.
The great outdoors.
Free pickup's easy. Just order ahead in the Meyer app.
It's trivia time for the live stream broadcasters. All right, who holds the A's record for most triples in a game, and how many?
I would guess 2.
Okay, guesses 2.
I would
You
guess
guys
2.
want to chime in? How many? Who holds the record for most triples in a game, and how many? Bill going to work, announcing that first hitter for Sheboygan, Ross Christ. Most triples in a game. Who holds the record? Oh, did he get hit? Guess not. And how many?
He said Lee Wettenkamp.
Lee Wettenkamp. That's a great guess.
3. It's got to be 2 or
Wettenkamp
3. There's no way it's more.
Okay. CJ? Most triples in a game.
And how many?
And how many?
Matt Schilter with 2.
Okay. Wasn't he a Manitowoc guy? Center fielder? Matt Schulter? I remember that name. Ball is hit in the infield. Racing back is Thompson. Coming in as the left fielder.
Thought that was going to be a collision ball right there.
Yeah, just making the catch. That brings up Harry Stelt. We'll let Harry complete his at bat, and then we'll give you the answer for who has the most triples in a game.
Oh, okay.
And how many.
That's the first time I've looked at it, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. A long time ago.
First pitch is a little bit high. Jacoby Andreas waiting on deck. Jacoby's got quite a streak going. 6 hits in a row. 4, his last 4 at bats last night, and 2 here tonight. Unfortunately, it hasn't been enough tonight.
Not at all. Don't think there's a 6-run home run option.
Nope. Here come the 50-50 guys. Hopefully they made a lot of sales. Line drive out into right field. Wilcox over, however, and actually makes a real easy catch of it. All right, who has the most triples in a game for the Sheboygan A's, and how many? Gene Mand with 3 triples. So I think, Bill, you were halfway there. You got the number right, just didn't get the player right. So we'll give you half a point for that.
Yeah, it's still a failing grade of 50%.
And CJ guessed somebody else in 2, so you get 0. But a good try anyway. Jordan got it right, but he looked at the answer.
I got it right after I looked, yeah. Still counts.
So
Counts
Gene
for
Mand
something.
with 3, and that happened way back in 1971 against Horicon.
They still got a ball club?
I think they do. They play in the Rock River League.
Okay.
Called strike 3, and that ends the 5th inning for Sheboygan after 5 complete. Appleton still on top, 7-1.
I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage.
You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
in my life.
I could never get through this world without you.
You are really close to my...
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
Every single time I...
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always have...
My back, my back. I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things...
Yes, things.
...are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And
please be quiet.
listen. You hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
Friendship.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Cole Wilcox, the fine right fielder for the Legends, will lead off the 6th inning. We were talking earlier tonight about the Legion State tournament that's going to be taking place here in Sheboygan from the 26th to the 30th of July. And Jordan and myself and Chris Wright will be live streaming those games. And I was exchanging emails with Kelly Witter today. Jordan, she was asking about on-air reads that I mentioned to you earlier, but about how many times a game should we do something like that?
However many she wants.
Yeah. Palmquist made a great play, played it on the hop, and then fired to throw over to first to get Wilcox on a close play.
I mean, think of it. We got 4 games in a day for the first few days. And sponsors, I don't know how many there are, but
gets 4. Let's say you just do it 5 times. That's 20 times a day.
Exactly, yeah.
That's
so they're getting their money's worth.
Yep, for sure. Matter of fact, maybe they should pay more.
Upcharge. The more you pay, the more we read it.
Chris Hetner is the batter.
Could have the ultimate package where we read the sponsor after every out.
I don't want to be part of that.
Just for one day, though, not the whole tournament. It's a one-day thing.
Get all the reads in on the first day, and they don't read them anymore.
Yes.
The rest of the tournament.
Our viewers at home would be sick of the business. They wouldn't want to hear it.
It's bad enough seeing the... And it's the bad part of the year with all the political ads that are on TV.
Yeah, that's true. We don't want
those.
those.
The same ones over and over again.
It's really bad. Anytime I try to play a YouTube video, it's same thing over and over.
Man.
And I'm not paying to not have ads, so
Swing
there's a bad
and a miss.
swing.
Emery really smoking them. Hetner goes down on strikes, and that's going to bring up Ryan Mesa.
I was watching yesterday before our game. Green Bay, they actually do kind of like pre-game interviews and stuff like I do before every game. They do the same thing on their YouTube, so I was checking some of those out. Didn't know any other teams that did it, but Green Bay does.
I suspect at some point we'd probably have the capabilities, but do some of your pre-game interviews and then be able to show them during the course of the game.
During this one?
Yeah.
CJ
did if it runs for a minute.
Yeah, CJ did it the other day. He put the hairy one on here.
On there?
Yeah.
I saw it, I think it was part of a e-blast or a Twitter email that I get throughout the day. But that's where I saw it. I didn't realize it was on our equipment up here.
The more on my face, the better, the fans say.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. What'd you say? Did I miss something?
You're not a fan.
This is what I like about live stream. They don't have to see my face.
Exactly. We can hide. Got him.
Called strike 3. Emery's got it working tonight. Hopefully the Sheboygan Bats can get working.
When a Bud Light legend comes back, they do it carrying a squeaky beach chair, an inflatable dolphin, and a cooler full of perfectly chilled Bud Lights on hot sand, wearing only one flip-flop. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. You serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Brother number 1 is the winner of Build a Baseball Player.
He's got the number 11 jersey. That's Bennett Becker.
Olson's throwdown, and we're ready to start 6th inning action. Jimmy Jurgensen, Joey Pettit, and Caleb Lorbecki will be the first 3 hitters for Sheboygan. Alex Breckheimer has been very good tonight for the Legends, only allowing 1 run. Only allowed 4 base hits so far.
It's pretty incredible. He's missed inside quite a bit tonight, though. That's been his biggest struggle I've noticed is some of these ABs he's fighting in, and he hit 1 or I think just 1 guy, but he got close to hitting a second.
Yeah, just missed Lorbecki. Actually, just missed Christ.
Yeah, so a few guys he just missed.
It slipped by his feet. Alex Breckheimer in the game has 1 walk and that hit batsman that Jordan mentioned, and he's got 5 strikeouts.
Oh my, what a play to get that off a high hop. Holy cow. Bubba Thompson. Thing touched the grass and where the dirt meet, and it took a big old jump, and he was able to make a snag.
Heard that saying, took a Sunday hop?
Yes.
How about this one? It's grapes.
I don't like that one.
That was grapes or a Sunday hop. Take your pick. Joey Pettit is up. Joey's 1 for 2.
Whoa, off the helmet.
Flipped him on the helmet.
Right as I mentioned.
Pitch.
Yeah, right as I mentioned, missing inside and hitting guys. I did see Bryce Lavisa moving around a little bit. Not sure if he was warming up or if he was just taking a stroll, but something to note for Sheboygan.
Rick Riddle coming out to talk to his pitcher. The one thing about Emery is, in a way, you don't want to overuse him too much tonight. You want to have him available for the weekend. He's gone 3 innings so far. He's not thrown a lot of pitches.
That's what I was thinking. Even if you split 3 guys at 3 innings each, that's a lot better than overexploiting a guy like Emery and making him go 5.
Right. They're going to leave Breckheimer in. I can just hear Rick Riddle coming out to the mind. What are you doing? Hit that guy. We don't want to make those guys angry. We got him by 6 runs.
In the head, too, no less.
Caleb Lorbecki is up next. Caleb was one of those players that got hit by a pitch. Pitch in the dirt for ball 1.
There's a wild pitch earlier in the game where Walker was able to advance from first to second, and they nearly left him stranded there. That was almost a balk type pickoff move. He wasn't really ever set, and then he just chucked it over to first. You saw the Brewer game that ended the other day in a balk, didn't you? You see the clip at least?
I didn't see that one.
No?
That pitch goes off the mitt of Olson and allows the base runner, Pettit, to advance. Lorbecki would love to get a base hit right here. Get Sheboygan their second run of the ball game.
And also up and in.
3-0 is the count now to Caleb. Breckheimer was spot on through the first 5 innings. He's having some trouble in this inning.
All right, Lerbecki didn't think so. Neither did the A's faithful.
At least he hung on to the bat this time.
Yeah, he didn't throw it. Last time was on a strikeout for sure. This time it could have been a for sure walk.
3 balls and 1 strike.
There you
Pitches
go.
outside the zone. This now makes it an official rally by Sheboygan. They have 2 runners on and only 1 out. Cooper Gussie is up.
A's are the Legends, I should say, a little short-handed tonight. And Rick, we just saw him go out and talk to Breckheimer, but you kind of wonder at what point do you maybe throw someone else out there. He's been solid through the first 5 1/3, but now 2 on. Maybe let him try and work through this and then move on and get a new pitcher moving forward, but we'll see.
Gussie had a good pitch to hit there, but couldn't catch up to it. Strike 1.
He did tell us the original guy slated to pitch tonight couldn't get off work and had something going on, so he wasn't able to make the trip until a little later. I'm not sure if he came or not at all. Not sure who he was referring to.
Yeah.
That'll throw a wrench in your plan.
For sure. Yeah. Expecting some guy to pitch and he doesn't show up. You start scrambling.
At least you knew about it ahead of time, I guess. That's the only good part of it.
Yeah.
Had hours to adjust the lineup.
That last pitch was called a strike. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cooper. Good job of hanging in there. Gussie able to fight it off. And, I don't know if you can see him. Rick Riddle's going to come into your picture. Yep, and pick up that foul ball. Looks to be the only guy in the dugout.
Yeah, that's the scary part. He's got his uniform on tonight.
Could be pressed into action.
And it's like Chris Sizzler. We saw him have to come in and pitch in the Bandits game. It'd be no different here.
Swing and a miss. Breckheimer with a good fastball. And Gussie not able to catch up to it. And that's going to bring up Riley Palmquist.
Not the best pitch to strike out on. It was a high heater that he just wasn't able to lay off of. And now Palmquist has to try and get something going as the A's. Last thing they want to do is leave a few more stranded.
They've left 6 on so far, and we're only in the 6th inning.
If you have 8 runners left on base through 6 innings, there's something going wrong.
Palmquist takes that first pitch for a strike. Pettit with good speed at second. He should be able to score on a base hit. Riley fights that one off. Fouls it off the screen. He's down in the count, 0-2. Be interesting to see if Emery is going to come out to pitch or not.
Think he will.
Good job by Riley Palmquist to fight that pitch off. Hang in there. Appleton up 7-1 on the strength of 3 home runs. 2 of them by their third baseman, Adam Kootway.
Ooh, that was a tough pitch to lay off on 0-2. Really good spot by Breckheimer.
Good recognition by Riley. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He went from the bottom in the dirt to way up high.
Yeah.
Complete 180.
We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Sheboygan down 7-1. Trying to get a clutch base hit. Get another run in.
Late on that one. It's always funny when the foul balls hit off the net. They just plooch down in the dirt. And you can hear it, too, from all that rain.
Rick Riddle trying to get the his catcher's attention so he can get rid of all these baseballs. He's got about 3 of them, I think.
Do a little coaching as well while he's out there.
Rick has got a real nice disposition.
It's a big word.
That big.
I gotta look that one up.
I got bigger ones than that. Anti-disestablishment deintarianism.
Well, you can't use them without context now. You can't
There's
just
a
throw 'em
ball
out
in the
there.
dirt. That's going to load it up at 3-2. So I was announcing a game, I think it was 2 summers ago, and we did not have a good team. We were making mistakes left and right, giving up a base here
the
and
A's?
there. For the A's, yes.
Okay.
And I made a comment on the area. You know, it's been a cornucopia of errors.
Oh, I
how we
like
give
that
up
one.
bases here and there. And one of the guys I played tennis with, he said he heard that and he didn't know what it meant. He had to ask his wife what cornucopia was.
I like that word.
All right, 3-2, 2 outs. The runners on base will be on the move. And Palmquist is going to try to get a base hit.
Wow, that just
That
missed.
pitch was
What
very
an eye to
close.
lay off.
And that's going to load him up for Gus Walker.
If there's ever a time for Walker to get out of his slump, it's right here, right now.
Yeah, you got that right.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. A hit could drive in 2 potentially. Here's a look at Joey Pettit here on third base.
Well, Lorbecki, our catcher, is on second base, but Caleb does have pretty good speed. Hit to the outfield. Good chance at scoring 2.
He's deceivingly quick for a catcher. There's my big word right back at you.
I like it. We'll have to put that on your resume.
Yes. Big words I used while announcing.
It's the short ones you got to stay away from.
Yeah.
Bruckheimer's breaking pitch hangs outside. Evens the count at 1-1. Sheboygan trying to battle back. They got in the hole early. 2-run homer in the first, and then 5 more runs by Appleton in the third, and they've been trying to fight back ever since.
Would have been a good pitch to do something with, but he undercut it.
Yeah, Walker just has been a little bit off the last couple of games.
If you're going to slump, I guess do it in these NEW ones that don't matter as much late in the year.
Bruckheimer delivers. Pitch is high and outside. Two balls and 2 strikes. Walker trying to get a run in. Bruckheimer trying to keep Sheboygan from scoring.
Smart timeout here from Walker. This might be the biggest AB of Bruckheimer's day at the bump. He's been on with bases loaded before, but now feels like a different ball game as the A's are getting a little momentum on their side.
Pitch in the dirt. Olsen does a good job of stopping it from going back to the screen. And now we have a full count. All runners will be on the move. Something in the gap could score Palmquist, who has good speed from first.
Bruckheimer trying to avoid back-to-back walks. This one would walk in a run, which is less than ideal.
There's a drive out into deep right field. Way back, gone! A grand slam home run by Gus Walker. Break out of the slump, big guy.
Absolutely. If there's ever a way to do it, why not do it here as he gets the nod of approval and rounds third base. This game now with one swing of the bat is within 2 as it's a 7-5 ball game. Sounded good off the bat. I didn't know if it would have enough to get out of here, but then you see Cole Wilcox give up a little bit before he gets to the warning track, and that's a sure sign that this is now a 2-run game, and I believe Bruckheimer's day is done.
Yeah, that's going to be it. Rick Riddle back out to the mound. And they did have a kid in the dugout, Jordan. 31?
It's either 30, 31, or 38. Let's find the pitching stats. Probably 38, I would guess. Yeah, 38, right, Bill? Austin Wendt.
Austin Wendt.
W-E-N-D-T.
Wow, that was exciting. Just like that, Sheboygan only down 2 runs. Breckheimer seemed to be coasting until that 6th inning when his control left. He walked 2 batters, hit another batter, and that loaded the bases without a hit. And then Gus Walker delivered the big blow.
I can give you the line on Austin Wendt coming into the ball game in league play. He's only gone 2 innings, appearing in just 1 game. Didn't give up a run. He only gave up, or pardon me, he didn't give up an earned run. He gave up a run, but it was unearned, and he gave up 1 hit and struck out 1 in that time. So likely that base hit, he had a runner on second or third or something like that, came in. It wasn't his, so it's unearned, but only 2 innings we have for him in league play.
Alex Breckheimer went 5 2/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned. Walked 3, struck out 6. And, of course, allowed that grand slam home runs. And this brings up Ross Christ. 2-run margin manageable. And it still is only the 6th inning.
The most noticeable thing when you do a pitching change like that after a big bomb is it gives the fans, it gives the A's a little time to cool down. They still have momentum on their side, but it's not rapid fire back to back to back. So Appleton try and take a little bit of the life away as it's a 2-0 count.
Austin Wendt, little left-hander. Doesn't seem to throw real hard.
Got a nice and interesting form as well. Gets very low.
3-0 is the count to Ross. I wonder if Austin Wendt is one of the famous Wendts that runs Wendt's Bar and Grill along Lake Winnebago.
Could be.
There's a drive down the right field line. That's going to drop. Should go for extra bases. Christ racing around first. Strong throw, but not in time. Oh, my. What an arm by Wilcox. But Chris knew the situation, and he was running hard out of the box.
Bubba Thompson absolutely thought he got him over at second base. Maybe if this is the MLB and you can challenge with a replay, we could take a second look. But he was confident that he got him in time. Umpire says no.
You should have your camera, with the zoom in.
Zoom in. I can slow-mo on it, too, so that would have been helpful.
And that brings up Harry Stelt.
The problem is I didn't expect it to be that close.
No, neither did I.
What an arm.
There are 2 outs. Tying run is at the plate now, and Harry.
Pitch looked good, but it just missed. We can confirm that the A's have not come from behind down 7 this year. I believe 4 or 5 is their biggest margin, but it's not 7.
Who was that we came in? Was that Kewaskum? Down 4
that was
twice?
That West Dallas game where they were down 4 twice.
Bondi catching an earful after that strike call. Harry pops it up behind home plate. Olsen making a catch. And that's out number 3, but not before Sheboygan comes up with 4 runs in the 6th inning. And now they're only down by 2, 7-5.
Me spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family-owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community, and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Saturday, Sheboygan will host Addison in a doubleheader starting at 5 o'clock. That's a Hall of Fame game. Tom Grams and Kenny Nazy, the first base coach for the A's now, are the 2 inductees for that event. Looking forward to bringing you that game. Noah Emery's still on for Sheboygan. Hopefully he can continue to hold down Appleton and we can come back and win this puppy.
Just trying to see if there's like a greatest comeback or anything.
Fly ball out into short left field. Walker makes the grab. Pardon me, Ross Christ. Tony Krieger up next.
It's a whole different ball game now, isn't it?
Oh, much better.
The feel, the
Fans are
excitement,
into it.
the crowd.
I was looking at my score sheet here, Jordan, and Sheboygan pitchers, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 batters in a row. After giving up the 3-run homer to Vandenheuvel, Davis Walker got the next 3 hitters, and since Emery has come in, he's retired the first 10 he's faced.
It's pretty good, I'd say.
That's awesome. That's called shutting down the other team and giving your team a chance to come back. We haven't come back all the way yet, but that 4-run fourth certainly perked things up. There's a roller out into right field, a base hit.
Of course.
Krieger with the single.
Every time he says something.
You know, I try that all the time when we were announcing basketball. Like, they haven't missed a free throw yet tonight.
Oh, yeah, you do that. Or like when the NFL, they always say, he hasn't missed a field goal yet this year, and then they always miss.
Oh, I hate that when they do that when the Bears kicker is trying to make a field goal.
Well, they never win anyway, so.
They weren't too bad. They'll get better.
Eventually.
They can only go up, almost.
The Bears, yeah.
First pitch is a ball to Adam Kutwe. Kutwe has been the player of the game so far for Appleton, that's for sure, with his 2 home runs. Ball's popped up, out to the outfield. Walker racing over and makes the grab. And Jacoby Andreas, the right fielder, just staying out of the way. Good job by Jacoby. It brings up Peyton Just.
Did you know the A's gave up 7 home runs in one game once?
Ooh.
1982.
That's brutal.
That's bad. And we think 3 is bad.
Good fastball by Emery. Touches the outside corner for a strike. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Sheboygan got a big grand slam home run from Gus Walker. We had mentioned how Gus was fighting a slump and broke out of it in a big way.
See, we have eventually mentioned it enough times that it worked.
Yeah. Or he was going to come up to the booth after the game and give us what for.
He was. Probably listening in the bullpen. Got an AirPod in.
Another pitch in for a strike. Krieger holding on at first base. See if he goes on the move with this 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. And there are 2 outs. Edging off the base a little bit. Does not go.
Here you are, the Golden A Award, Mike Martin, 2021.
Say it a little louder, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I don't
not
think
a
that's
typo.
right. Must be a different guy.
I got
It's a
the
pretty
program
common
to
name.
prove it. I got 10 of them at home, 10 of those programs with my picture in. Base hit through the infield.
I heard they put the wrong picture.
That's the best they could find.
Yeah. Maybe I'll win it this year.
That's what they should have, CJ. Intern of the year.
That wouldn't cause
We'll
any
give it to
chaos.
Connor DeWitt.
That's not
Connor
funny.
did all his intern work in May before the season started. And
Hey, he was here once.
He was here once. I believe that was in late May.
Yeah, it was
maybe?
kind of early in the year.
He's got to meet him anyway.
He's trying to what?
What's that, Scott?
What is that?
Oh, okay,
HubSpot?
customer management. Yeah.
Poor guy.
There's 2 outs and runners on at first and second for Appleton. They are threatening. We need to keep them down. We're only down 2. We don't want to let them come back and score runs on us.
This all started when you mentioned the 15 consecutive retired or whatever it was.
Well, we got the base hit, but then we got out number 2. We gave up the hit to Peyton Just. Bubba Thompson up. Bubba's got a couple hits tonight. He's been dangerous.
Emery leaving these ones high. 3-0.
3-0. Waiting on deck is Vandenhoevel, who hit the home run back in the third. The 3-run homer in the third. A walk here might not be the worst thing. That ball tipped off the bat, I believe, and hit Lorbecki. And he's down. He's in pain, that's for sure.
A's have all 3 of their catchers here tonight, so there's a little bit of a good thing, but you want Lorbecki to be all right, because those are the scary situations where it doesn't look like much, but it hurts.
Moyer gives him a pat on the back. Caleb up and looks to be okay. He is shaking his head like, oh, that kind of hurt. We feel your pain up here.
CJ does. Former catcher.
And we're set to go. The count is 3-1 to Bubba Thompson. Appleton with runners on first and second. There are 2 outs.
Maybe it was a good thing let Emery calm down a little bit. Oh, no.
Keith Bondi took one off the mask. And 2 pitches, 2 people down. Tim Moyer coming out again. Rick Riddle coming down from his third base coach's box. And Paul Grauman also comes in to talk to his partner. Oh, Keith collapsing a little bit behind home plate. Boy, oh boy, this looks serious. Rick Riddle trying to get a response from Keith. Paul Grauman down there also talking to him. Tim Moyer, Denny Moyer, Kenny Nazy. And the crowd is extremely quiet. Grauman heading over to the A's dugout, I think, to get the first aid kit or make a call.
Signaling
Why
for
don't we
some
cut
water.
to a commercial or two?
I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
in my life.
I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. Better not.
every single time I...
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always
My
have...
back, my back. I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things
Yes, things.
are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And
Please be quiet.
listen, you hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
Friendship.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Authorized dealer.
When a Bud Light legend comes back, they do it carrying a squeaky beach chair, an inflatable dolphin, and a cooler full of perfectly chilled Bud Lights on hot sand, wearing only one flip-flop. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. Serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Just order ahead in the Meijer app.
Me spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef, it's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's a lot of lemons.
Well, you know what they say when life gives you lemons.
We know the saying, Mark.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot. Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the Queen?
Hello.
Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
At Northwoods, we're protecting you through this pandemic and the next.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Last year's financial year, excuse me.
Sometimes you need to get out.
The great outdoors.
Free pickup's easy. Just order ahead in the Meijer app.
Back at Wildwood Baseball Park, we're exchanging umpires. Paul Grauman, the base umpire, went to his car to get on the equipment. Keith Bonday took a pitch, looked like it was off his mask, and he went down, and it affected him greatly. He needed assistance to get off the field. He is sitting next to the Sheboygan A's dugout. They gave him some water. He seemed to be doing better, but he will not be able to continue in the ball game. Like I mentioned, Paul Grauman is going to finish out the game behind home plate, and we're not sure what they're going to do about a second umpire. Tom Retzak, who works a lot with both of these fellas, is in the stands and could come out and work the bases, but we'll have to see about that. Let's give you a little recap of what's happened through the course of the game. Right now we're sitting at 7-5 Appleton. They scored in the first inning on a 2-run homer by Adam Kutwe. Then they came back in the top of the third and got another 2-run homer from Adam Kutwe. And following that home run was Chris Vandenhoevel, who hit a 3-run shot. That put Appleton up 7-0. Sheboygan was able to come back and score a single run in the third. It stayed 7-1 until the bottom of the sixth, when with 2 outs and the bases loaded, Gus Walker hit a grand slam home run to make it 7-5. That's where we're at now. We are in the top of the 7th inning. There are 2 outs. Appleton is threatening again with 2 runners on. Bubba Thompson, their shortstop, is up with the bases loaded. Like I said, on back-to-back pitches, Lorbecki took one.
Yeah.
He had to go down, or went down. We had to delay the game a little bit while he recovered. And then the very next pitch, umpire Keith Bondy took one to the face mask. He will not be able to continue in the game.
And now the problem for Emery is we're at a full count right now, so there's runners are going to get a little extra movement. If he does give a pitch right down the middle, give him something to hit, who knows what could happen. This is a lengthy layoff for Noah Emery right now as it stands. This is that Gus Walker grand slam back in the bottom half of the 6th that got the A's back into the ball game. What was once a 7-0 lead turned into 7-1 in the bottom of the third, and then 7-5 in the bottom of the sixth. And here we are, runners on first and second for Appleton. There are those 2 outs, but you never know what can happen here, as Emory has been waiting quite a long time. All the momentum was on the side of Sheboygan, but now it's like we're basically starting fresh when we get back out there again.
From our perch up here in the press box, we can see Keith Bondi sitting down alongside the dugout, being talked to by Tom Retzek. He seems to be doing fine. He was able to gesture a little bit with his arms when he was talking to some of the people surrounding him. So hopefully Keith will be okay. I know Keith had some health problems over the course of the last year and a half or so. Certainly don't want to see this happen to anybody.
We'll go over the standings here in both leagues that the A's are in the New Bowl, which the A's already won. The Northeastern Wisconsin Baseball League. Sheboygan is atop 11-3. They lost to Menasha, who's actually at the bottom. They lost that game 12-5 on Monday night. Even though they beat Green Bay yesterday, that game just counted in the State League, which we'll get to in a moment. Kewaskum, they hold a mighty fine 7-5 record. They're the only other team with a winning record in NEW play. Green Bay is just a game shy of 500. They're at 7-8. And then we're looking at an Appleton team who's 5-7. That's the Legends here in town tonight. 5-7, which is very surprising considering their recent success. And then Menasha sits at 3-10, bottom of the barrel. Menasha, a team who won it 5 years in a row in a span, but now they're at the bottom at 3-10. They have that win over Sheboygan earlier this week. Going to the Wisconsin State League, that's where the A's will be playing 4 games coming up this weekend. They're 500 as well as Addison, their opponent. That's going to be a big-time series Saturday for Hall of Fame Day starting at 5 o'clock, and then Sunday starting at 1 o'clock, our last Meyer Family Day of the year. But leading the charge in the State League is Lombard. The Orioles are 21-3. The A's are one of the teams that handed them a loss, so give credit to the A's for being 1 in that 3. West Allis and Burlington very, very close. The Nationals are 17-8 with the Barons at 16-8. As you know, the A's just split a doubleheader with Burlington this past weekend. And as I said, Addison 11-11, Sheboygan 13-13. Green Bay is a struggling 9-19, and then Kenosha 2-27. They've lost their last 26, so the Kings are really having a tough year. Those are the 2 leagues that the A's are in. Coming up for them, other than this weekend, they have that NEW Invitational Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, as they play Appleton, Menasha, and Green Bay, all in NEW Invitational games. That Menasha game will also count as an NEW League game, as they have to make up a rainout, which did not get played from earlier in the season, but they'll do double duty in that game. But that next week, that's the state tournament for Legion here at the ballpark. Mike Martin and I will be busy up in the booth, so that's what we got coming up here at the ballpark.
And we're still waiting on Paul Grauman to come back with his gear on to do home plate. Be interesting to see what they do if they just go with one umpire.
That'd be my guess.
Or if they get someone to step out and do the bases.
Trying to get the little music going, get some dancing, get the pep back up here at Wildwood
Ballpark. The players,
Ballpark.
get them out there dancing, loosening up a little bit.
Oh, there's a big old posse in center field. There's probably 5 or 6 A's out there. There are a bunch of legends accumulating, and now it seems like we might be finally getting somewhere.
Yeah, Emery's going to step on the mound and loosen up a little bit. Paul Grauman is in the park. He's got his gear on, ready to work the plate.
Health and safety always the first priority. It doesn't matter how long we have to wait. We'll wait as long as we need to before we get action going.
Current situation, Appleton has runners on first and second with 2 outs. Bubba Thompson, their shortstop, is up to bat. He'll step into the box with a full count. Jordan, I think if he winds up walking him, that's not the worst thing in the world.
Yep.
We'll start over with Chris Vandenhoevel.
And CJ just said we got a full count, so it's going to be 1 pitch and an out, and then we'll be back to square one.
There you go. Wouldn't we like that? That'd be great.
We'll see what happens. The count is full, as we were mentioning. Runners on first and second for Appleton.
Grauman stepping behind the catcher to get a little bit of a look of Emery, see what he looks like when he delivers those pitches. Annalise down below doing the Macarena. There you see you walking in front of your monitor.
Not a fun spot to be in with one umpire in a close-knit game like this. It'd be different if it was 7-1. It would make your job a little easier. I was surprised to see that maybe, I guess they'll wait until the 8th, but a pitching change seemed like it could have been imminent with this long break. You would have easily had time to, there we go, I killed it. Easily had time to get someone loose.
All righty, Thompson back in the box. Tony Krieger singled. He's on second. Peyton Just, who also singled, is on first. Count is full. Emery still on the hill for Sheboygan. Yeah, pitch is popped up and fouled out of play. With 2 outs and the bases loaded, both runners were on the move.
Good thing the runners had some rest. They were just standing around for a while. They probably like to get loose and get running a little bit.
Exactly.
We'll get a chance to do it again here.
Count remains full. Emery comes set.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. He gets out of it. Appleton put 2 runners on in the 7th, threatened to score, but they couldn't do it. Sheboygan will come up in the bottom of the 7th, down only 2 runs.
I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage.
You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great.
I'm glad you showed up.
In my life.
I could never get through this world without you.
You are really close to my
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
Every single time I
Get down! Get down!
There you are. You always have
My back! My back! I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things.
Yes, things.
Are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And
Please be quiet.
listen, you hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
Friendship.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Jacoby Andreas stepping in the box to lead off the bottom of the 7th. Austin Wentz still on the mound for Appleton. He came in relief of their starter, Alex Breckheimer, who was doing a credible job until that grand slam home run.
Look at the height difference between Andreas at the plate and then Went on the bump.
Sheboygan still down 2 runs. They've got some work to do. Wentz second pitch hangs up high. It's 1-1.
Got to feel for him also. He had to wait an awful long time after coming into his first inning relief.
You look at it from our point of view and forget all about the Appleton kid. Fly ball out to center field is caught. Easy out there. For Appleton, they have 7 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. Sheboygan, 5 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. We've not hit the ball real well this evening. Jimmy Jurgensen is up.
That's about a 60-mile-an-hour curve. Definitely a softer thrower compared to Breckheimer, but it's thrown the A's off so far. Is there the speed change? Jurgensen swings through his boots.
Jimmy takes off his helmet and says, I got to hit that pitch. 1-1 is the count.
Even though that pitch was a lot slower than Jimmy's used to seeing, just the speed difference from that first pitch to the second is all that mattered.
That's one of the things that managers will look at, too, when they make a pitching change, to have a pitcher come in relief that's different than the starter in terms of maybe the type of pitches he throws or his velocity, but something that gives the offense something different to look at. 3-1 to Jimmy. Good pitch to hit there. He fouled it straight back.
You might be overthinking it a little bit. I think there's only about 10 or 11 Apple guys here, but good point.
Joey Pettit waiting on deck.
Oh, wow.
Jimmy takes that pitch for strike 3. When Austin Wendt came in, the first batter he faced was Ross Christ, and Ross doubled. But since that time, he's retired the next 3 hitters he's faced. There's 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Joey Pettit up. Joey 1 for 2 with the hit by pitch.
Framed that one pretty well on the outside pitch.
One thing you want to do when you come in relief is at least throw strikes. Wentz done that.
Wow.
He'll have to get through the Sheboygan order in the 8th and the 9th if he sticks around that long.
You'd think the A's would be able to get around to him by then, but we'll have to see. Fooling him so far, wow.
Another strikeout for Wendt, and that ends the Sheboygan 7th after 7 complete. Sheboygan still down 2, 7-5.
Authorized dealer.
When a Bud Light legend comes back, they do it carrying a squeaky beach chair, an inflatable dolphin, and a cooler full of perfectly chilled Bud Lights on hot sand, wearing only one flip-flop. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. Serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Emery still on the mound for Sheboygan, trying to keep Appleton at base so we can come back from this 2-run deficit and win it. We're in the 8th inning. So there's 2 50-50s tonight, and Denny is going through the second one. Total payout tonight will be $378. As he's finishing up, Chris Vandenheuvel is going to step in. And Emery probably doing the right thing, just waiting until that gets finished, and he did, and now we're ready to go officially.
You kind of gotta wait, right?
Exactly.
Surprised to see him still in the ball game.
Looks like he's going to be on for the duration unless something goes really haywire.
I mean, I guess if you look at it, he got a nice break out of it. Arm could rest for a while, but sometimes that's not always a good thing.
A little late on that swing was Vandenheuvel. Good fastball by Noah Emery has been a very pleasant reliever here tonight, retiring the first 10 batters he's faced.
I wonder how this game would have went if Emery would have started and then Wilson could have come in for relief. You know, you think of what ifs.
Right. Well, just have to go with what we have.
Exactly.
Other pitch fouled back. Vanden Heuvel, the fine center fielder for Appleton. He hit that what amounts to the difference in the ball game, that 3-run homer in the in the third inning. Ground ball out to short. Palmquist was able to keep it on the infield, but it wasn't able to recover and make a throw. Give Vanden Heuvel an infield hit.
Infield hit. Palmquist, though, like you said, very good job. Got down on the ground, able to get it. Would have taken a whole lot more than that to be able to somehow corral it and make the throw over to first. Either way, prevented an error from maybe happening in the outfield. You never know if somehow it gets by Gus Walker for some crazy reason.
Brings up the number 7 hitter, Cole Wilcox. Cole hitless tonight, but has made some nice plays in right field. Squares around the bunt, but takes it for a strike. Paul Grauman, our home plate umpire. We're working without a base umpire.
He's going to have to be ready and in position if Appleton sends the runner stealing from first to second.
Keith Bondi had to leave the ball game after being hit by a pitch from his umpire position. Bondi still over by the A's dugout, seems to be doing better, which is a good thing.
Runner's going.
Pitch is on the move. Good throw. But in safe with the stolen base was Vanden Heuvel.
I guessed correctly. I switched to the far cam because I expected a run on one of these, and there, sure enough, he did go
good
right
job,
on the
Jordan.
pitch.
That's
Because
why
usually
you're
what
the
happens
director.
is, I guessed right on one time. Usually what happens is they just catch the very end of it, and they don't get to see him get a real good jump like he got there.
The count is 1-2 to Wilcox. I want to keep the deficit to 2. Don't let Appleton tack on any more runs. Good rip that time by Wilcox, able to hang in there. Infield is deep at all 4 spots. Outfield looks to be straight away. Emery's breaking pitches. Hit past Harry Stelt, and coming in and scoring is Vanden Heuvel, and Wilcox heads to second on the throw home. And Appleton now up 3 runs.
Emery is able to get out of it back in the top half of the 7th inning, but here in the 8th, now 11 hits given up in the ball game against Sheboygan. And that was the first Appleton run of the game not scored via the home run.
Action by the Sheboygan dugout, sending a couple of players into the bullpen area to get loose. Chris Hetner, first baseman for Appleton, is up.
Huge lead.
Yeah, they got to keep that runner on second a little closer than that. He could have looked like he could have just walked right into third.
I think what they were trying to do is bun him over, so we'll keep an eye on if that's the strategy for Chris at the plate.
Ryan Mesa, the number 9 hitter, is on deck.
Do they go to third? They do not.
And good throw by Emery to get the runner at first on that sack attempt. But that does put another runner on third base for Appleton. And there's only one out.
Only one out. Sack fly is in play right now if you're Ryan Mesa.
Infield moves in for Sheboygan. Squeeze play certainly not out of the question.
Mesa doesn't have a hit yet tonight, correct?
No hits and 2 strikeouts. Been called out on strike his last 2 times. Now he took a healthy cut at that first pitch. A lot of times the manager will give you 1 pitch to hit, and then the rest of your at bat belongs to the manager. Let's see what they do here. Harry even with the bag at third. Jimmy in on the grass at first. Bouncing ball to short. And Palmquist doing the right thing. Lorbecki tags the runner. Out. They get that lead runner. Mesa doing a good job. Goes all the way to second on that fielder's choice.
You'll take it. You'll absolutely let him get all the way to second since you got the lead guy out. Now you don't have to worry about a run scoring from third. It's going to take a nice base hit into the outfield to get Mesa to come in and score in a tough pickle situation, but one that he's able to work through.
I've got it down as a 6-5-2 putout to get the runner on third, Wilcox. And now with 2 outs, Mesa's on at second with Evan Olson up.
Top of the lineup here for Appleton.
A ball spiked in the dirt. Mesa's going to go to third. That wild pitch. Appleton up 8-5. Able to increase that 2-run lead to 3. And we had something similar to this happen a couple of games ago, and Sheboygan was able to overcome that late run by the other team and win. We can't see if anybody's throwing in the Sheboygan bullpen area. They did send a couple players back there. Hopefully,
we do need a bullpen cam.
Hopefully Emery can finish out the 8th. It's 3-0 to count to Olson. There are 2 outs.
I say we just get a drone, and then we can just move the drone wherever we want it. If you want it over the bullpen, you want it over first.
Ball 4. Olson draws a walk.
A ball could hit the drone. Sure, that would set us back a few grand. I don't even know how much a drone costs. Okay. Sponsor can buy a drone. That's
Our
awesome.
interns this year, we have Jordan Lorenz. He's here tonight. Annalise McMillan, she's here tonight. Nia Zhang, I heard him in the background. He must be here tonight. Connor DeWitt, we mentioned about him doing his work early, and he doesn't show up anymore. But he's a good guy.
That's one way to put it, I guess.
Tim Moyer coming out and visiting with his team. Now he walks back to the dugout. Sheboygan they were trying to keep it at a 2-run deficit. Now they're going to try and keep it to a 3-run deficit. Tony Krieger having a nice night. He's 2 for 4.
You don't want Adam Kootway to get on deck with guys on, that's for sure.
Scott Stengel coming up with the attendance for this ball game.
That's your guess.
There's
Sure
a
enough.
slow roller out to
Could be a
Pettit.
pink slip.
He's over and makes the play. And that ends the top of the 8th inning, but not before Appleton comes up with another run.
Just order ahead in the Meijer app.
Me spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
The last game was supposed to be 7:15. Now it's 7:45.
Sheboygan plays the last game. I saw a poster in the bathroom.
You had nothing better to do, Bill.
We're talking about the Legion schedule. 4 games on Tuesday, 4 on Wednesday. The game that was originally supposed to be at 7:15 on Tuesday is now 7:45, so they can have some festivities on opening day of the tournament as the Sheboygan Legion team. They get into it no matter what. They'll be playing in that last game. That's the benefit of hosting as your local team gets in.
Austin Wentz still on the mound for Appleton. He's done a nice job since he's come in.
I think I'm just going to sleep here during the Legion tournament week. It'll be easier.
It'll save you on gas, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know. I can just sleep right on the table here. Bring a blanket. I'm good to go. Might be a little scary. CJ said no. He's probably done it before. That's fine, yeah. No difference.
Healthy cut, but a miss by Lorbecky. You know, we look at Austin Went, and we don't see a very fast pitcher, but we do see a guy that throws strikes, and that's important.
Sometimes the speed is just the number. He's getting strikeouts, he's getting groundouts, he's getting whatever he has to, and he's making the batters think about it a little more.
Caleb leading off the bottom of the 8th inning. Sheboygan down 3. They need to get some base runners again. It's a 2-2 count. Austin walked his last time up.
I know who you're talking about. I don't know the name. Guy. Yeah.
Ron Guidry?
From the Yankees?
Oh, current player. Swing and a miss. Well, just when you think he doesn't throw very hard, you know, after throwing that big roundhouse curveball, he comes in with that fastball, and it looks pretty quick.
It's like a 12-6 curve almost. It starts way high up and then drops all the way down, and it is working because whenever he throws that, he seems to go fastball right after, and it fools the A's batters time and time again.
He struck out the last 3 A's hitters. Cooper Gussie up next.
Becomes a mental thing at some point. You go up to the plate thinking, oh, I should be able to knock this guy, hit it out of here, and then all of a sudden he fools you on one pitch and 2-0.
Pitch hangs outside. Waiting on deck is the number 9 hitter, Riley Palmquist. Riley has a base hit tonight and a walk. Two and one. Ball is tapped foul.
For a high-scoring game, it was actually kind of moving rather quickly and efficiently until our big delay.
Yeah, once Keith Bondi got hit, well, actually before that even, Caleb Lorbecky getting hit, we had to stop action for a while to get him healed up. And then the very next, there's a drive out into deep left field.
That's
way back
exactly.
there. Way back there. And not able to make the catch at the wall was Just. And in at second with the double is Cooper Gussie.
That's exactly what you should be doing off a guy like Austin Went. You wait for that breaking pitch. It hangs up in the zone, and you hammer it out into left field just a few feet shy of getting out of the ballpark, but Just wasn't able to make the grab, and it's a big-time double. And if there's ever a time for an A's rally to happen, it's now. Maybe you trade doubles. Maybe at a home run you go deep. Who knows what can happen. Gus Walker, he's on deck. He's coming up next. He had that grand slam just a few innings ago that got the A's within 2. Now they're behind 3, though. They're going to have to work a little more.
Riley Palmquist up. We mentioned Riley has a hit, and he walked his last time and scored on that grand slam home run by Gus. Peyton Just, the legend left fielder, did a great job of getting back on the ball. Looked like he had a chance at it, but not able to make the catch. And Gussie in with a double. Good eye by Palmquist.
His whole body was in motion. He really wanted to swing, but he was able to hold off somehow.
We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Sheboygan trying to come back from a 3-run deficit. Ball is popped up on the infield. Riley not happy with himself. Bubba Thompson makes the easy catch. Now there's 2 outs.
No movement at all for Gussie on a nice shallow fly ball, but it brings up Gus Walker.
Walker is 1 for 3 in the ball game. He's got the big hit for Sheboygan, the grand slam home run in the 6th. He also walked and scored back in the 3rd.
We won't say he's out of his slump yet. But that grand slam is certainly the only reason the A's have stayed alive in this ball game.
Gussie on at second. He's got decent speed. Hopefully he can score on a hit to the outfield. We saw that Wilcox has a dynamite arm. You have to be careful if it's hit out to him.
Nearly gunned out someone at second earlier on.
Yeah, I think that was Chris on that double right down the line.
A big ooh in the crowd as that strike call evens it up at 1-1.
Big breaking ball is in again.
It looks so inside, and then it just drops perfectly, and on a breaking pitch inside, not a whole lot you can do.
1-2 is the count to Walker. Breaking pitch hangs up there, but it's fouled off.
Definitely would have scored him as it went down the first baseline, but instead here we are.
Sometimes I think that Austin Wentz breaking ball is so bad, the way it hangs up so high, it actually makes it more difficult to hit.
It's so bad it's good.
Breaking ball in the dirt, gets away from Olsen, and moving over to third is Gussie. Two and 2 is the count. There's 2 outs.
Still a lot of A's faithful out tonight, which is great to see. We had the rain, which sparked a lot of phone calls to Wildwood Park, seeing if we'd still be playing or not. And then we had the situation with the umpire and the delay there, but they're still here ready to go, and we got ourselves a situation.
We had a crowd of 501 tonight. Pitch is up high. Full count. Ross Christ waiting on deck. Come on, Gus. Get on somehow. Pitch is down low. It looked close, but it was low. And that brings the tying run to the plate in Ross Christ.
Just barely low. Ross Christ, a guy who has some power, hit his 4th home run of the year in the game on Monday night. So now it's up to Austin Went to prevent that, because if that happens, this ball game's tie.
Be interesting to see what Walker does over at first if he tries to steal.
Absolutely, I think.
First pitch is up high. I would say no, simply because we're down 3.
I think you have the advantage of the one umpire. It makes it a little bit easier.
Good pitch by Wendt is in for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. There are 2 outs. Runners on the corners for Sheboygan. Ross Christ represents the tying run.
Nice quick pace for Wendt. He's been consistent all throughout. There's a big swing and a miss.
A big swing and a miss there by Ross. Let's see if he can make contact. He does. On the move was Gus Walker. One ball and 2 strikes.
Gotta try and make something happen.
See if Walker goes again. Pitch is outside. Walker was not going.
Now he'll probably wait. No point to go on 2-2 when 3-2 could be right around the corner.
Gussie on at third. There strokes it out into left center field. Racing over is Just. He falls down but makes the catch. And that ends the 8th inning. He made it interesting, but he was able to make the grab. And that ends Sheboygan's 8th. As we head to the 9th, Appleton is up 8-5.
Every single second, every minute, every hour, all the whole year through. It is intense right here.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's a lot of lemons.
Well, you know what they say, when life gives you lemons.
We know the saying, Mark.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot. Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, Tea Time.
What are you, having tea with the Queen?
Hello.
Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Mac Doherty now into the ball game for the Sheboygan A's. We couldn't get a number on the movement in the bullpen, but it's number 10, Mac Doherty, who enters for Noah Emery, who ended up giving up an extra run in that top half of the 8th inning, which really set things back for the A's a bit. They trail 8-5 as it stands as we head into the final inning of play.
Emery goes 5 innings, gives up 3 hits, 1 run. That was earned. Walked 1 and struck out 5. Very nice outing for Noah. And we had mentioned earlier he had strung together the first 10 batters he faced. He retired.
Yeah, until you mentioned it, remember. I remember.
I don't remember that.
Of course.
Mac Doherty up. Mac will face Adam Kutwe, Peyton Just, and Bubba Thompson.
I think this guy's got some power.
He definitely showed that earlier in the game with his two-run home runs. Looking ahead to our bottom of the 9th, we'll have Harry, Jacoby, and Jimmy.
Sounds good to me.
If you don't know their last names, you're going to have to wait till the bottom of the 9th.
It's funny because I only write the last names on there for you, and then you just read the first names.
I fill that in. I figured if Tim, when he wrote his lineup card out, included both names, you'd probably write them down.
Yeah, but he only includes last names, and I think you know the A's by now that I don't really need to write them.
Early in the year, he was writing both names.
I was writing both names.
I thought he was too.
No, he was just writing last names.
All right.
Maybe for like the first game or two he wrote them both, but I was just writing them down to get the repetition.
Ball is pop foul. Jurgensen racing over. He's in foul ground and makes the catch. 1 out here in the 9th inning. Appleton looking to improve their record in league play to 6-7. I believe they have one more game left after this against Green Bay. Thought I saw on the league website this afternoon.
Yes, Green Bay on the 21st, so that's tomorrow. It'll be played in Appleton, and then we know Green Bay, they've got their a non-league game on Friday. That's their Christmas in July night. So you can be here for our Christmas in July night, and then you can go, well, I guess if you're watching this, you weren't here. But and then Friday, you can head down to Green Bay. Maybe you're watching the replay. Who knows? You can go whatever way you want to get to Green Bay. Whatever way you get to there quicker.
If you're going from Sheboygan, you might want to try I-43. Yeah, Dairyland Road.
Whatever gets you there.
Take the old 141. Try to figure that one out. Doherty thought he had a strike, but the umpire didn't think so. The count is 2-1. There's one out. We're in the top of the 9th. All the lights are off across the street. All the softball is done over there.
They've been off since like 8 or 8:30. I don't know if the conditions kind of affected softball and they weren't playing.
That could have been.
I think they kind of gave up eventually.
Night. Big thank you goes out to Scott Stengel for bringing up the attendance tonight. 501.
Just think of what it would have been if there wasn't rain.
3-2 is the count. Peyton Just, the hitter. Gentle breeze. I don't know if you can tell the flag out in center field is just gently blowing out.
It usually
Anything
never
hit to
is
the
at this
outfield
time
will
of the
carry
night.
a little bit.
It usually isn't at this time of the night.
Not usually. Last couple of games, there hasn't been much of a breeze at all. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Doherty. 2 outs now in the 9th. And that's going to bring up the shortstop, Bubba Thompson.
See if it can be a nice, quick, efficient 1-2-3 inning for Mac Doherty. A's put up 4 runs in the, I believe it was the 7th against Menasha in a doubleheader to come back from behind and win. I know they did it in one game. They put up 4 in the last inning to walk it off and win. Maybe it was 3. One of the two.
We're going to have to get 4 in the bottom of the 9th to win this one. Definitely doable.
You get Harry, Jacoby, Jimmy on, and then how about a Joey Pettit walk-off grand slam? How's that sound?
I can dig it.
2 grand slams in one game? That might be a record.
First pitch is a ball. I mentioned, well, we won't go back to that because I did mention it. We're going to save those last names of the batters for Sheboygan.
Oh, yeah, keep it a secret in case anyone's wondering.
I would think the people that are still watching the ball game are pretty hardcore A's fans. At least we hope so. Or Appleton.
Or Appleton.
We'll take all comers.
The more the merrier. Get it on Christmas and July night?
That 2-0 pitches in
That's
for
clever.
a strike. Makes it 2-1. A big doubleheader coming up on Saturday against Addison, and then another doubleheader on Sunday, and that'll finish out our State League schedule of games.
We haven't done that since the Ripper series with 4 games in 2 days like that.
Right.
A's took 3 out of 4 in that one. Looking to take 3 so they don't finish 500.
3-1 pitch is outside.
Mac didn't think so.
That's going to bring up Chris Vanden Heuvel.
Bill says Vanden Heuvel.
Yep, I think I'll go with that.
Little
call
late.
him Chris. We'll fix him. He ain't going to tell me what to do.
No. Well, they'd have to get in quite the position to look at you anyways.
First pitch is up a little bit for a ball. There's 2 outs. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Sheboygan hoping to come back. Another comeback win. They've had a bunch of them this year. Been a very exciting team to follow.
Good idea.
That ball is hit out into left field. Chris racing over and makes a one-handed grab, and that ends the 9th. And we're off to the bottom of the 9th, where Sheboygan is going to try to make up a 3-run deficit.
The next.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Last year's financial year, excuse me.
Sometimes you need to get out.
The great outdoors.
Free pickup's easy. Just order ahead in the Meyer app.
Our press box crew for tonight's ball game, we had C.J. Skelton doing the announcements and audio enhancements, and has been the bunt of a lot of jokes here tonight, but he does a great job. Bill Wagner is our field announcer. I'm Mike Martin along with Jordan Lorenz. We're doing the live stream and enjoying doing it. We'd enjoy it even more if Sheboygan could come up with a 4 spot in the bottom of the 9th. Harry Stout. He was at Harry, I mentioned, in the top of the 9th. Harry Stout coming up to lead off the 9th. Harry's 0 for 4 tonight.
I was going to mention before, it seems like he's been slumping a little bit lately.
Yeah. I guess when you're hitting around 400,
I know, it's very hard to use that word with Harry. Yeah.
It's like the more he does, the more we expect.
You're hitting 400, why not 5?
Austin Wendt trying to finish it out for the Legends. He goes 2-0 to Harry. The thing about Harry is he's a smart hitter, very patient. There's a line drive. That one's going to get down. Base hit to center field.
He proved exactly what you just said. Got a 2-0 count, got ahead, got a good pitch to hit. Smart hitter, boom, in for a single.
That brings Jacoby Andreas. Jacoby had a string. His last 4 hits in last night's game, he got base hits, and then he got 2 hits in his first 2 at-bats here tonight. He had 6 hits in a row. Last 2 at-bats were not hits. Hopefully he can get that streak started again.
And what is Jacoby?
2 for 4.
He's the Northwoods cleanup hitter. That's what I was
looking for.
There's
a drive to deep center field. Vanden Heuvel can't get it. It's over the fence. A 2-run homer for Jacoby Andreas.
A's pull within 1 as there's high fives and helmets all around. Deep center field, 400 for sure. as it is an 8-7 ball game, and the hot streak for Jacoby continues. No one out yet in the inning as the A's just gathered their 9th hit. It's an 8-7 ball game with Jurgensen, Pettit, and Lorbecki due up. It's basically a fresh slate against Austin Wendt.
First pitch comes in low for a ball.
A's are finally getting around to Wendt, which they should have been arguably doing a few innings ago. But if you're going to do it, why not do it now?
Austin working a little quicker, too. It's like he's
getting a little nervous.
Yeah, exactly.
A little anxious.
It's a 2-0 pitch.
He's just got such a funky first step.
Yeah.
And just the motion
hard
of
to
everything.
track the ball when you got all those arms and legs moving around the way he does. Good take by Jimmy. Takes that one down low. Now it's 3-1.
If the A's are able to get a runner on base, that puts the walk-off, go-away runner at home, whoever's at bat.
Jimmy with a little looper out into short left center field. Thompson not able to make the catch. Made a good effort on it, but it's just out of his reach, and Jimmy continues the hit parade for Sheboygan here in the 9th. That's 3 in a row. And that brings up Joey Pettit.
Pettit comes to the plate with no one out. We're going to see a pinch runner. Sage Stelmacher, number 29, coming in for Jimmy Jurgensen. A smart move from Tim Moyer here. Get a little more speed on the base paths. Potentially try to steal a base. I don't think you do it here, but you never know. And if you remember, the A's trailed 7-0 in this ball game. They're within 1. There is no one out here in the bottom half of the 9th.
You've mentioned on and off throughout the course of the season that between Lorbecki and Stelmacher and the third catcher, all those guys run really well. And here you see it right here with Sage coming in as a pinch runner.
A's getting ahead in the count here in this inning, which is a big key. It's not only getting Wendt's pitch count up, but it's forcing Wendt to throw strikes, and the A's are capitalizing when they see him. There's a good pitch.
Justin Schnell was that last third catcher that Sheboygan uses quite a bit. He has good speed also. But 1-1 is the count to Joey Pettit. Pitch hangs outside. Caleb Lorbecki waiting on deck.
Oh,
swing
took a
and a
big
miss.
Swing. Could have been 3-1, but now it's 2-2.
Infield is deep for Appleton. They're looking for the double play ball. There are no outs. Way to hang in there, Joey. Foul that one straight back.
Speed of Jacoby Andreas to run through and grab that ball.
Yeah, he ran faster getting that foul ball than he did around the bases.
I wonder why.
And that's how it should be.
Take your time, enjoy the moment.
Pitch is inside, just missed Joey Pettit.
Problem is Pettit crouches the plate so much when he turned away, that ball nearly cut back in inside for a strike 3. Count
3 balls and 2 strikes, nobody out. See what Stelmacher does. He's going. Drive out to right field. He's going to have to get back. Wilcox with a fine arm throws it, and the catch is made. It's going to be a double play.
It's the price you pay when you're trying to steal on a full count with no one out. A little blooper out to right, and then way late to get back to the bag. We knew Cole Wilcox had a good arm, and somehow Chris Hetner was able to stay on the bag, and that is a huge double play that takes all the breath out of the Wildwood Park.
Yeah, that was tough. I don't fault them for sending him on the pitch, but you gotta check out where the ball is going, I guess, as you're running. You
got to know what you're doing. You can't be running with your head down, especially on contact.
All right, we got 2 outs, nobody on. We're still down 1. Caleb Lorbecki is up. See if Caleb can keep it going. Swinging at that first pitch.
Out.
It's off the screen. Olsen making the catch, but it was off the screen.
Yeah. Anytime a fan catches a ball, it's out too.
Gussie waiting on deck. Cooper doubled his last time up. Boy, he'd love to get up with Lorbecki on base and double again. Maybe get that tying run home.
Tried to frame that one. Was Olsen, but it didn't work.
Oh, boy. Things were looking good till that double play.
Just completely derails all the momentum.
Started right back up with 2 outs. Healthy cut by Lorbecki, but can't hit it. 1-2 is the count. Sheboygan making a gallant effort here tonight. Hopefully they can finish it off. They got 1 out to work with, 1 more pitch to work with.
Some kids getting rowdy. It's way past their bedtime. They want an A's win.
That's way past my bedtime, too.
10:45. Yeah, he came up at like 9:30. I'm like, what are you doing here, Hudson?
Where's Grandpa when you need him? Ball is hit out to right. Wilcox racing in, loses his hat, but does make the catch. And that ends the ball game. A very exciting one, but Sheboygan comes up short. Appleton a winner, 8-7. Final line score, Appleton 8 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. Sheboygan 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Winning pitcher is the starter, Alex Breckheimer. Austin Wendt gets the save. Losing pitcher for Sheboygan is their starter, Davis Wilson. Sheboygan now has a record of 32-18. They are 11-4 now in the Northeastern Wisconsin League. They'll be playing 1 more game. That'll be against Menasha later in the summer. But our next live stream broadcast will be on Saturday, July 22nd, when Sheboygan hosts the Addison Braves in a Wisconsin State League doubleheader. That game will start at 5 o'clock. We look forward to seeing you for that game. For Jordan, I'm Mike saying thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you down the road.